All right, welcome back to the Ballin4God Podcast. As you know, this first part of the episode, Travis won't be here with us, as he's just got stuff going on. But today, today's show, we got a lot of cool stuff going on. We got some Pinckneyville guys on, Christian Queen and Brody Wilt of the Pinckneyville Panthers, and we track guys. Wilt's a high jumper, long jumper, triple jumper. That's his calling card. You name it, he does it. His dad's Wes Wilt from Cesar High School, which I'm just going to say, his record just got broke the other day. His record got broke by the Blender, Kyan Short, Amonte Steele, Jace Lance, and I'm forgetting the other guy, but they broke Clark Lance, Wes Wilt, and a bunch of other guys' records in the 4x100 at Hamilton County. And we also had Christian Queen, who runs the 400. He does a couple of knick-knack stuff, whatever you name it, he can do it too, But we also had Tyler Leff, Big T Leff on the show, and his friend, Austin. But not the Austin you guys know, Austin McPheron of Johnston City. These guys faced off in college, high school. It's pretty cool to have them on, as now they're coaching the Benton Rangers together. T Leff in his first year as the Benton Rangers head baseball coach. McPheron in his first ever baseball stop. He's the pitching coach for the Rangers. And so, yeah, it's a pretty cool show. It's a long show. I think it's probably going to be about, you guys know, you see it right now, how long it is. But it's going to be a long show, but probably over 3 hours if I had to guess. And that's what I get to work on tonight, which for you, tonight is last night. But, the show is going to be good. I'm going to hop into trivia real quick. Travis usually does the little sponsor here, though. But today it's going to be all me. And the trivia this week is, how many regional championships have the Benton Rangers won? Benton Boys Rangers baseball team. How many regional championships have they won? And be the first to answer. Not like last week where you don't have to say the year, because if you did, it might take a while. But how many regional championships have the Benton Rangers baseball team won? Sorry, I was waiting for an answer. And the trivia sponsor for today is All Stars and Stitches. All Stars and Stitches on 418 East Main Street, right in front of the high school, right by the jail. They get it done. They get your shirts, they get your hats, they get your detailing, car detailing, as Travis always says, back tattoos. They'll get your cup wrapped, whatever you want them to do, they'll get it done at Benton, here in Benton, Illinois, at All Stars and Stitches. So the phone number for All Stars and Stitches is 618-435-555-555-555. And that's your sponsor for today's trivia question. How many regional championships have the Benton Rangers baseball team won? Well, I think we covered all the bases. Cardinals stuff all here. I know we dropped a couple games in this series against the Marlins, with Cardinals baseball's doing better, 14-11 on the year. Baseball's here, softball's here, track and field's here. We're here. And I just watched the Harrisburg Bulldogs beat the Carterville Lions 7-3 the other day. When this show releases, they'll be playing a rematch shortly after the show is released, about 4:30 on Thursday. Show comes out about 4 p.m. Might come out later. Who knows? Depends how fast I get this done. But yeah, that's the intro to today's show. And we'll see you guys here in a few minutes. A few seconds. Milliseconds. All right, welcome to our first segment. Travis isn't able to be with us here today, but, we got a couple Pinckneyville guys on. Maybe that's the reason he's not here. I don't know. But, just introduce your guys' selves, tell us where you're from and all that.
My name's Christian Queen. I'm from Pinckneyville. Moved to Pinckneyville in 7th grade. Been here for a while. I run track. I do the 400-meter dash. My fastest time is a 51.91. It's nothing too speedy, but it'll do the job for now. Yeah.
I'm Brody Wilt. I'm a senior here at Pinckneyville. I do track and field. I'm a jumper. I do whatever jump, really, long, triple, high, and I do sprints occasionally.
For you guys, you guys both mentioned you guys track and field, obviously. You got the track and field shirts on here. when did you guys start? Like, how'd you guys get into track and field and know that was like kind of could be what you guys were gonna do all throughout high school?
So originally played basketball growing up and football and a bunch of other different sports, but I think probably I actually started running with him. Like, we ran 5Ks for cross country and stuff. I started running cross country in 6th grade, and then I didn't run 7th, and I ran 8th grade. But through there, I started running 5Ks and like Murphy, and just little local 5Ks everywhere. And I actually hated it, but I was somewhat decent at it. So from there, I started running cross in high school and track in high school, and all 4 years I ran track, and then I ran cross country till my junior year. And since then, I've just been a runner.
I started 7th grade. I started out as like a basketball player. All I did was play basketball. That's all I wanted to do, and I just did basically track and cross country as like side sports. But after my 7th grade year, I kind of figured out my potential. I knew my dad was pretty good, so I kind of started focusing on that, and I kind of grew away from basketball. I started becoming more passionate about track. That's like really all I thought about, all I wanted to do. And basketball became almost like a back burner for me, and then I just started focusing more on track.
Yeah, I mean, for most people, like you mentioned, growing up a Panther, you're a big basketball guy. I mean, your dad's from Cesar, but you grew up in Pinckneyville, and it's kind of unordinary, isn't it, to say that you're the big track guy there at Pinckneyville?
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, we originally moved to Pinckneyville just for basketball, just for the program, for Wagner. We had good head coach over here, and just good culture. We moved for my older brother. We moved here, and he played all 4 years, or 3 years. He got here his sophomore year, and the goal was for me to play basketball too, but I kind of sideswiped him and switched to sports. So then, I'm glad we came here because track program here is a little bit better than where we came from. So ended up doing all right.
Hey, talk about the track program there. That I know that being around Benton. I mean, Benton is a lot of it's basketball, but I mean Benton golf and track and cross country is all really good as well. So I know Pinckneyville. You guys have had some long distance runners, some good jumpers, whatever. And talk about the track program, how it's been, and how fun it's been to be a part of this program the last several years.
so like our freshman year, it was like I wouldn't say it was a dying program, but like our freshman year, I think probably 85% of our kids were freshmen. Because we had a pretty good track class coming in. District 50 got 3rd our 8th grade year at Class S state, and then 204 got 5th. So we had pretty good athletes coming in, but I think like a lot of them did baseball. But then freshman year, we had like maybe 30 kids on the team, and probably I'd say 20 of them were freshmen. And so we kind of built the program from the ground up because we got a lot of opportunities as freshmen because there was no one else to run the events. So we just got put in all the varsity meets right off the bat. And then as we kept going, we kept getting better because the better competition you get, the faster you get. So we just kept getting better throughout the years. And then we started having a little bit of success, and I think it's got a lot more people to join.
All right, I think my first year coming here, my freshman year, most of our track runners were basketball players and football players, and then they would come run track to either stay in shape or something like that for their main sport. And then over the years, in my 4 years, we've had a lot more people just specialize in track, like just run track. And we've had some different coaches go through and stuff, and we've got coaches for distance and coaches for sprints and jumps. So we've expanded the program quite a bit in the last 4 years that we've been here.
How fun has it been to be able to say that you guys were a part of that group that kind of helped set Pinckneyville in as, I mean, obviously you guys are a basketball school, but let people know, hey, we can compete in track and field as well.
I mean, I've loved it. Like our main goal for these last 4 years has been win a conference title, win a sectional title. And Benton's been tough. Like we've gotten second. Freshman year we got second. Sophomore year we got 3rd by like 10 points, and then last year we got second to Benton again. So this year we're really coming for it. I think we got 12 seniors on the team, which is probably the most we've had in a long time or maybe ever. And we're pretty hungry for it, and we won a conference title.
For sure. It also helps that we've got a new young coach and he's a great coach, you know, a little bit more on our maturity standards, so it makes you really feel like you kind of grow with the team. Like, we get a lot of young kids nowadays, too, and, I mean, they are just the most immature people I've ever met in my life. But, you know, we actually just had a bunch of our kids get in trouble on the bus on the way home from a meet, a bunch of our underclass kids, and they actually had to run like a 45-minute Indian run. Just our sprinters run a 45-minute Indian run around the track. And, you know, that was pretty funny, but it's all in good humor. Like, it's not like they're not getting like abused into this Indian run. Like, they're laughing the whole time, having a good time, but they're also getting trained because they got to mature.
Hey, you mentioned you've had a couple different coaches over the last couple of years, but what's different about this coach that you guys really enjoy? I mean, for a lot of seniors, it's a little tough to have a new coach going in senior year, but what's it like to also share his name as well?
So it's Coach Josel. He graduated from Greenville. He went to Greenville.
Bass fished.
And he ran track and bass fished. But once his bass fishing and track started colliding a little bit, he decided that he was gonna, focus up and quit track and start bass fishing. That's what he was gonna do. So he knows his stuff. He went through his years of track too, but there's a much better connection between younger kids and even just the seniors, because he had gone through what the seniors were about to go through that are going on to college to go run, and he can really heart to heart with a lot of those kids and tell them like how it's going to go and good tips for college.
Yeah, he was also a part of our only team to win a conference title in track in 2016. He was the only, or he was a part of that only team that ever won it, and then he was a part of the two sectional teams that won for our track team in 2016 and 2017, I believe.
Yeah, so got a younger guy coming back, but you guys speaked on college a little bit. We talked a little bit before the show, but what's kind of in the works for you guys? I mean, I know because you guys just told me, but I can just share with everybody, like, what's kind of the plan?
As far as like season wise,
like after high school.
Oh, after high school. So I'm going to go to Purdue Fort Wayne, Indiana. It's about a 5.5 hour drive. Hopefully, I'm going to be the number one horizontal jumper there right off the bat, so I won't have to really fight for my position. My coach is going to train with me. My coach is training to get in the Olympic qualifier. He goes 25-10 in long jump, and he just graduated from SEMO. He's All-American, so he's going to train me to get better.
I'm not going to have any fun. I'm going to go to SIU and do civil engineering. So it's going to be super exciting. It's going to be a good one.
Yeah, I'm as I mentioned before, I'm at SIU, and I'm just happy I'm done with math. I don't have to take any more math classes. But I mean, getting back to this year, I mean, what's it been like going into this year? Obviously, the past 3 years, I mean, you guys didn't have really, I don't know, in my opinion, just because I played football, so I knew how it was, but you didn't have that pressure of being like, this is the last time I'm going to do it. What's it like, having one last run, having one last chance to show everybody who you are at Pinckneyville?
It's made it a lot. I feel like the pressure is, I wouldn't say overwhelming, but we've been in 2A the past 2 years too, and we're trying to, I think our big goal of ours is trying to get a state trophy this year. We've been in 2A the past year, so teams like Benton's been in there, Mascoutah, Carbondale, Marion, so that's been our competition these past couple of years. And this year we got moved back down to 1A for track, so instead of going to Mascoutah for sectionals, we're going to head to Chester. And I feel like we're a lot more confident in that than we ever were at Mascoutah.
I would say I wouldn't say that I've been the best with like my body health with running. So there's been a lot of injuries in my years, but back like freshman, sophomore, junior year, it's always okay. I can sit this one out. I've got way more races ahead of me. Like, it's not worth it to just run on this injury and risk other injuries and stuff like that. But this year it's a little bit more confused. It's a little bit more pressure, just because, you get one injury and it's kind of there. You can feel it and you're like, okay, I'll run on it, or I'll run on it just because it's my last year. I've got to get all the races I can just to prove myself and get to the time I need to get to. or it's save this race and wait for the next one just so I can for sure get to the state and be ready to compete at state with no injuries and stuff like that. So there's a lot of different pressure, but I think I've made the right decisions so far to get myself in the position I need to be in by the time state rolls around.
Yeah, it's I'm sure it's hard. I mean, I'm not gonna lie to you. I mean, I wasn't a starter in football. I was the sixth man on the offensive line. You know, I'd come in whenever somebody got hurt, but I remember I had a bunch of ankle injuries that year. It was horrible. But what we talked about the events you guys run in, but I know as being around a bunch of friends that ran in track and threw in track, AJ Kinsman, you guys know him, Lucas Kinsman, but how'd you guys kind of find that you were going to be a jumper or a 400-meter runner and all that?
So, like I said, my dad competed in track at Cesar. He's a state champion in long jump. I think he was 2 times All-State in high jump, and in triple jump, I think he was 2 times All-State in that. And he held all 3 of their jumps records for a long time, but he still has their long jump record. So I felt like I had a decent idea that I was going to be a jumper. Like I never really had like the greatest vertical until like my 8th grade freshman year. That's when I kind of started realizing hey, I might be made for this. But I feel like his help also, or like his guidance, put me in that direction.
Like I said, when I first came in, I was big on distance. So I would come in 5Ks cross country, and then in track I'd run the mile or down to the 800. And as years went on, freshman, sophomore, junior year, I dropped down an event pretty much every year. So I started off at 5Ks, and then in track I'd go mile, then to 800, and then down to 400. And I found that right at that 400, 800 mark was kind of a sweet spot for me. And then just this senior year, my junior year, I really excelled in the 400 a lot. So this year I was like, you know what, I'm just going to go all in for the 4 and, you know, run some lower events. Like I run a 200 every once in a while just for the training for the 400. So I really just specialize in that sweet spot right there at the quarter mile.
Yeah. We talked about it, you know, you guys got some stuff you're wanting to look forward to, but what's kind of been the season? How's it been so far? You mentioned you guys were at Muscuda this past weekend and got a few events coming up this week. How's it been this year?
Early February, I was dealing with some like knee issues. I couldn't figure out what they were. And after we did a hard practice, I got done. Like going upstairs, I was bugged real bad. Had a meet on Mount Zion like February 21st. After that meet, I couldn't hardly walk. So then it was like basically from February 21st to about March 31st, could not practice at all. So I went to Kathleen and he got me right, and so I'm finally back to competing here in the last 2 weeks.
I think one of the main things the best things that's going on in our season right now is probably our 4x4. At Chester, we had a really good time for our 4x4. It was 4:32. 4:32.
3:32.
3:32. That's what I meant to say. Sorry. That was not a very good time. 3:32. We ran at 3:32. So that's state.
You could have told me. I don't know what a good time is.
So right there, that's state qualifying right there. So if we can keep our team together and in good hands, and that was beginning of the season, we can get to the end of the season, I think we've got a good chance to be running a good fast 4x4 by the end of the year.
Yeah, it's I know that a lot of Benton guys that ran and everything, and it's just obviously you can tell I don't run much, but I mean I just know that they're really good, and I just know that they got a lot of quick times. But you could have told me you mentioned like you ran 4:30. You said it 4:32. You could have said 4:32 was good. I don't know if I'm being honest. And I knew Gavin Genesio. He ran like I don't even remember what it was.
4:09 in the mile.
Yeah.
4:09 in the mile.
And I was like, I don't know. I you could tell me whatever you want, and I'd believe you. And so were you up at state last year? Or was it just you or?
Yeah, me.
Okay, so how was it bringing that state experience back coming into this year? And you know, obviously you said you were down for a little bit, but what was it like getting to experience that last year and then come back with it this year?
So last year I felt like I had to prove everyone it wasn't a fluke, because my sophomore year I got 4th my sophomore year it was like a craziest, I wouldn't call it a miracle, but it was like, so I was in 11th place going into my final jump, and they take 12 to the finals. So I was in 11th place, and my last jump had a foot PR, got 4th. And so last year the focus was like trying to prove it wasn't a fluke. And so I feel like I kind of underperformed. Like 2A, it's tough. You know, you got your Cahokias, East St. Louis guys. I mean, everyone's good in 2A. But I feel like long jump, I messed up. We got like 16th. And then triple jump, I got 4th. I was kind of, it felt underwhelming to me like the first time, and it made me a lot more hungry this year. I felt like I kind of lost, let's say, my passion last year, but I think I lost a little bit of that drive, but I think I have it back now, especially with how I kind of felt at the end of last year.
Because I know a little bit about the jumping, but do you have a preference as far as like long jump, high jump, triple jump, as far as what your favorite is?
It was triple jump for a while, because I feel like I did long jump since I had been about in 7th grade. So it was triple jump because I feel like I just kind of got bored of long jump. But now I feel like long jump's starting to kind of take back over again, because I'm starting to figure out like the key to that is just getting speed. So I've just been training speed a lot more. So I feel like long jump I'm starting to get a little bit more of a passion for, and triple jump's becoming more of like a secondary.
So just kind of like switching gears here, we're going to, you'd mentioned Cathleen's. Did you go to it as well?
Mm-hmm.
What was it like? Because I know Luke, and I know a few other guys that went there. What was it like going to Cathleen's? I mean, like as far as helping you develop and just obviously rehab, because that's in the name there, and just getting to meet a bunch of new guys there.
Yeah, so I started going to Cathleen's a long time ago with when he was in West Frankfort before Benton. And back then he didn't have much of anything that he has now. I mean, he had like a couple of chairs to wait in, and you know, him and his wife worked it, and then he was in the back and he had like a CrossFit room, and like that's really what it was, and he'd focus on one person at a time. Fast forward to him in Benton, and I was going there throughout my entire high school years, and started out going there just for rehab and stuff like that, just to fix me up. And I actually learned a lot from him, because he is so individual. Like, he would focus on you, like when you go in there, and it was a lot of, like, you felt like you were getting taken care of there for a long time. He'd tell you a bunch of stuff, learn a bunch of stuff. And then later on, he would text me, and he's like, hey, we're doing training over the summer, and we need to pack out our class. Like, we need more people. So, like, all right. So we all go to training there, and he would, this guy named Joe Raby he would train us. So, and we had a real strong connection with that guy. Like, we would text in back and forth, like, hey, this is bothering me. What do you think? He's like, do this. Okay. And then, like, we would be sending, like, previews of our season, how your season's going to him, and he'd be like, that's great. And he'd even come to actually some of our races. So, like, Kathleen has it grew a bunch of connections in my life and just bettered me in a bunch of ways. So,
yeah, same story with me here. Like, Kathleen has saved my season 3 times in a row. So, like, my sophomore year, I had a bad hip abductor injury, could not figure out what it was. Got Shane Garner, and he got in contact with Ryan, because I was like basically a Hail Mary, just trying to figure something out. He figured it out, helped me do good my sophomore year and get 4th at state. And then last year, my knees were shot, and both my patellar tendons, like, it was terrible. I couldn't jump on them. Got shockwave therapy on both of them, saved that season, and same thing with again this year. Got shockwave therapy again, and thought my season was over, or going to be over. And I came back in like 3 weeks. And like, especially with the whole training part, like he said, like, training with Joe Raby, it's opened up a bunch of connections, like Luke Kinsman, and like I trained with like Luke Kinsman, Race Hickey, just like a bunch of people I know now.
Yeah, I Luke actually helped me. I didn't realize I had you in my phone, and I was messaging Luke how to get hold of you, and then I don't know, I just didn't realize. But what's that relationship been like with Luke? I mean, I've known Luke since we were real little, so what's it been like with him? Getting to know the Kinsman family.
Yeah, so we started out, like, I had him on Snapchat, And then, like, I got put in a random group chat with him and Garrick Steffi and Seeger Sanchez, like, just out of the blue. And that was, like, the first interaction I had. Because before we were training, and Joe Raby was saying, yeah, you guys are going to have Luke Kinsman from Benton. And I didn't really know who he was. And then, like, that night, I got added into a group chat with all of them, and they were like, get on Fortnite. So I just got on Fortnite and just played squads with them. And then after that, we've just been tight basically ever since. Like, we get on 2K every once in a while, get on Roblox, just random stuff, and just mess around and talk.
Yeah, it's I love the guys. I don't know. There's just a bunch of guys I've met there, just random. Like I talked to a bunch of Woodlawn and Waltonville guys now. It's cool to just meet all those guys. But so now we've kind of recapped how the season's going. Kind of recapped how you guys want the season to go. But you know, do you guys got brothers, sisters? I know you mentioned you had a sister before the show, but you know, just how's the family? I mean, like, sounds weird now, but just like, tell me a little bit about you guys' background. Like, do you guys have like family? Like,
You go.
all
I'm gonna
that?
do a little fact check.
Let me think of how I'm going to word this. I have a sister. She's a senior at SIU. She's going to graduate from the PTA program, become a physical therapist assistant. My dad's retired. He used to be what's it called? He used to be like a head of security at Harrisburg's Juvenile, and my mom used to work at the DMV at Pinckneyville, and then she's retired as well. So I feel like my family's pretty settled down now. Nothing really going on with all of them. Just kind of, I wouldn't say focusing on me, but since I'm the last kid left in high school, they kind of are.
Yeah, for sure. That's how it goes. Yeah, I've got 2 brothers and a whole bunch of extra brothers that we've moved in and helped do things. But like my oldest brother, he's in the Navy. He's out Jacksonville, Florida. So he's out there. We don't see him much. And then my middle brother, the one above me, is he's 20 right now. He's working on the railroads. Just bought a house with him and his girlfriend.
Is that Isaac?
Isaac, yeah. And
just remember the name.
yeah, and Isaac actually ran track through high school. I think it's you can fact check me. I can't get the service work, but is it his sophomore
year?
Sophomore year, he's got the 200 and the 100 maybe.
Yeah, sophomore year, he was actually good. He ran like a 22 something.
He didn't really care much for track, but he was pretty fast. He's got like the sophomore record for the 200. I know that, and so, yeah. I mean, he made me want to run quite a bit and get up in those leaderboards just because I wanted to be up there with him. So my sophomore year I had a pretty good year, but we've got some new sophomores coming in now that are just gonna blow through my times my sophomore year, but try to make a time for my senior year for them to actually try to catch.
Yeah, I don't know, I just remember your brother's name. I don't know. I may have seen it in the basketball program before.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he played basketball.
And I don't know. Speaking on service, yeah, service is not great in here. It's because it's a metal building, but we're wanting to get. I don't know if you guys know much about it. We're wanting to get cell repeaters out here, which basically, it's better instead of buying internet. It's a monthly fee. Cell repeater, you pay like $250 up front instead of paying like $50, $60 a month. And so we want to get a cell repeater. So next time, if you guys come back, you guys have better service in here. So for we have past few weeks, Travis has been asking the question, are we about Chick-fil-A or Cane's? But I got to figure out first, like, because for Benton, we're right in the middle of Marion, Mount Vernon, and so like we can go either or. And for a bunch of other towns, they're kind of closer to each. But you guys are a little bit further away from both, right? Mm-hmm. So like, what's kind of like the big city you guys go to or do you guys just stay in Pinckneyville pretty well?
I mean, if Carbondale is what you call a big city, I feel like that's where most people are going.
Really? Well, it's right down the road.
Right, it's not too far. I mean, St. Louis isn't far from us. I mean, it's about an hour maybe from St. Louis. So, yeah, around there would probably be where people are going on weekends mostly.
Yeah, I see, because everybody in Benton, because I don't know, how often are you guys able to go to Marion and Mount Vernon?
I don't ever have a reason.
I don't really ever get reasons to go down there.
Because is that about an hour as well?
Yeah, about an hour each way. Mount Vernon, probably about an hour. Marion's probably about an hour.
Yeah, for Benton, it's about 25 minutes to Marion and about 30 minutes to Mount Vernon. But do you guys ever, what's like some of the restaurants you guys like to go to? I mean, like, because Travis has been asking everybody like Chango, I guess he asked Changos,
Ooh.
but I mean, he's been asking restaurants like for like what the favorite restaurants are, but like what's your guys like favorite restaurants you guys go to, best wing places, whatever.
Our hometown has El Jalisco, and that has got to be the best Mexican restaurant in like around. Like it's good quality for where we're at. I don't know if you saw they actually got new.
Yeah, they got new
seats and
seating,
stuff.
yeah, new tables.
We was looking at that today. Yeah. You mentioned Changos. Changos is where it's at, man. I tell you, we have our SIU indoor meet every year, like preseason, and every year after SIU, I'm going to Changos. Like it's been a tradition since I was a freshman. So
I'd say I'm a big Culver's guy.
Really?
I feel like, yeah, never really had it until like the last year, and then every time I go somewhere and it's there, I'll probably just get it.
See, that's how it was for me. I really like Culver's, but for a while, Benton. I mean, there wasn't a Culver's real close to Benton. I mean, you'd have to drive up to like Belleville or whatever. Then Mount Vernon and Marion's got one now, and I feel like even though I really like it, I barely go. But that's what Callahan Roper was saying on here a couple weeks ago. He's talking about how Culver's he feels like is one of the most underrated restaurants. Or I forget exactly how he worded it, but just like everything is so good there. You got the melts and everything, and all the burgers and chicken sandwiches and everything like that. But where's the closest Culver's to you guys?
Carbondale, probably.
Really?
Yeah, I think, yeah.
I don't know. It's because you guys are basically that whole entire area is like kind of just
No man's land.
Yeah, it's like we had Sparta guys on here, and they're like an hour away from Benton.
they're an hour away from everything.
Yeah. And so it's just crazy. I mean, you guys are a little bit closer, but 20 minutes away from Sesser, you got the custard stand.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I like Pinckneyville. Travis probably gonna kill me next time he sees me after I say that, but I just like the Pinckneyville town. It's a nice town, small town. That's why I like Southern Illinois so much. There's so many nice small towns, good community. I mean, what's it like to be a part of the Pinckneyville community? Because in my opinion, I think that all these small towns that are 5,000 or smaller, they have some of the best communities.
Right. Yeah. It's like everyone knows everyone kind of thing. Like everyone knows who's working at this restaurant. Like our local, Kellerman's Feed Store is a big, local, store that we have in our place. And you walk in, everybody knows each other. Like everybody knows who works at these places. You're driving through town, you see people in the cars. It's just the community's good, but in every small community there's the people who just don't like each other, and it's strong hatred for each other, and that's just how it goes.
Yeah, I feel like the community support's gotten a lot better. I feel like over the last 5 to 10 years before, because I feel like before the concentration was just basketball. Mm-hmm. Everyone else but I feel
forget about baseball, forget about track and field,
forget about everything. But I feel like now the community support's starting to kind of get a little bit more widespread. I feel like every sport's kind of getting its own recognition now.
Yeah. What's it mean? We asked this it's been a while since we asked this actually. In your opinion, what's it mean to be a Panther? Whoever's ready to answer first, or if you don't have an answer, but now you guys have been a part of the community. What's it mean to be a Panther?
I feel like in the most respectful to every other athlete way, it's I feel like the meaning of being a Panther is trying to be better than the other ones. It's trying to be the best athlete there, but in a upbringing way. I'm gonna be the best here, but I'm gonna bring you guys with me. Just a little bit under, It's you can come with me, but you're not gonna outwork me. It's just trying to be the best, but also make your team the best around.
Yeah, I feel like that's how it is, just outworking people. That's I feel like that's kind of how the culture is based around. Basketball, it's like that, practices nonstop. It's just simply just outworking people.
I gotta ask this one, because there's a lot of different ways you go about this. You guys both have run. Have you jumped at all in any?
Nah, I mean, I jumped. We had a little JV meet one time where we just kind of threw people and random stuff. I went up to Coach Jaws. I was like, hey, you got a spot open in high jump? He's like, I'm not talking to you about this. I'm like, dude, throw me in high jump. Let's do it. I'm like, I just want to do it. And he's like, are you serious? I'm like, yeah. I go over and talk to his dad is the jumps coach, one of them. I go over there. I'm just like talking. I'm like, hey, I think I might do high jump tomorrow. And they're like, you're joking. And I'm like, why does everyone keep saying that? I'm like, oh, let me try. I didn't jump high. I didn't know what I was doing. But I did try it and had a lot of fun doing it. But, yeah, I didn't jump nothing close to what, people who specialize in the sport would do.
Yeah. So, I guess you could speak on it. I'm going to ask the question first, and you can speak on wherever you jumped at. But what's your favorite place to run at? Favorite track. It could be wherever. I mean, under any circumstance. I don't care. I mean, what's your favorite track to run at? What's your favorite place to jump at for high jump, triple jump, and long jump? What's your favorite place? And just let me know, because like I said, I don't know anything about jumping. The only track that I've really been to a lot is Benton's.
I don't even know. I feel like I don't know. I like DuQuoin's track. I like our track. I think we have a really nice track. We got one of the best tracks around, but I feel like home court advantage is different with track. Like, I feel like the more I run on the same track, I get a little bit too comfortable on it or something, and it throws my feels off on it a little bit, and I just run a little slower, which is kind of weird. But I think that DuQuoin, usually it's local to us, super close. It's pretty.
Rivals.
It's rival up there. Yeah, it's a Pinckneyville rival for sure, and like. There's a lot of crowd there usually, like a decent amount. Most people there, so yeah. I mean, I feel like that's probably one of my favorite places to run is DuQuoin.
I'd say my favorite place to long jump at is probably same thing, probably DuQuoin. Triple jump's definitely Eastern Illinois, where the state meets at. I love jumping there. I don't know why. It's just I do know why actually. It's just their track's really bouncy and it's nice, and they keep it really nice, and the boards are really good there. And
It's
high
a
jump,
program.
yeah, and high jump. I don't high jump much. I'd say Nashville. I don't know why. I just jumped my best there. So I jumped my PR there last year, so that's why I probably say that.
A lot of people would say that Muscuda would be their favorite place to run, just because it's military classic, which means there are so many. There's 3A, 2A, 1A there. It's stacked out. That's where we were just last Friday, and it's the environment is crazy, but all 4 years that we've gone there, we've had bad luck with wind.
Yeah, it's like wind tunnel.
It's like a wind tunnel. It's crazy windy. When we had our sectional there, no one in the 400 had qualified off time. It was all placement, and the time was not that fast. Like, people should have been qualifying. And their track in general is like indoor. It's like an indoor track material.
Mondo surface. It's the same people who painted the Paris Olympic track.
Yeah.
Because they just got stupid money at Muscuda.
It's not very soft. Yeah, it's a rough track.
Stupid money. Like, they built a brand new ball field. They got that brand new track. They got brand new ball fields with a warning track, a bullpen. They got literally everything.
Yeah, they had just got rid of an entire road over there behind their track just to put in this massive ball field. I mean, it looks beautiful.
Yeah, they got video board and everything. It's
that's
beautiful.
awesome. I have to check it out then sometime. I know they're going to the. I don't know if they officially made the switch this year, but I know they're going to Southwestern Conference.
With the Edwardsville East Side and all those big schools.
Which is crazy to me. I mean, I know they're that size. Their size, I believe, Marion, East St. Louis, but just crazy, though, because I know who they all played, and Waterloo and Highland and all them are a little bit smaller. I mean, they're really trying to get that program going.
Yeah, well, our freshman year, I think they had 850 kids, but they've grown so much. They've got 1,200 kids now. They've grown 400 kids over the past 4 years.
A lot of it probably has to do with those athletic facilities.
Yeah, and I don't know, the Air Force Base is that's where they get all their money from, is the Air Force Base too.
So I got to ask this: favorite memory through track and field so far, or you could share just through high school, but. You gotta share your favorite memory, sports memory, whatever memory.
Gosh, gotta figure out which ones I can say.
Want me to go?
Yeah, go ahead.
So my sophomore year, like I was speaking about, last jump, because basically the season before my freshman year, at the sectional, I missed state qualifying in long jump by like 6 inches, and I missed state qualifying in triple by like 2 inches my freshman year. And I was like devastated because year before I won Class S state in long jump in junior high, I thought I was destined to basically make it to state. Like I was already thinking about what I was going to do when I was going to make it to state, and then I didn't make it. And I realized like nothing's guaranteed, and it just kind of set me off. So that summer I got after it, and it got down to the state meet, like I said, last jump. And I finally got a big jump off, got 4th place, and I feel like that was like the most rewarding feeling I've ever gotten.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I would say one of the better feelings, like one of my better races this year has been our 4x4 at Chester, and I had anchored that against one of my, I would say like a rival, but someone I'm pretty close with, like athletically wise, and we had a pretty good race, and we both ran fast, and I ended up winning that one, and that was pretty good. That was a good feeling. And then, I don't know, I feel like just I would say the better memories I have of track are not actually the running. It's more of like the little side adventure things that we've done when, I'm not an upperclassman. Like when I wasn't a senior, I'm a senior, I'd take things a little bit more seriously now, but like freshman, sophomore, junior year, it was all just fun, doing stupid stuff. And like we would go to Mascoutah or something, and we'd grab a group of kids and we'd go into the school.
Yeah, didn't you walk through the school last year during school
Yeah,
hours?
Me and a couple buddies, we walked into the school during school hours and somehow managed to time it right with a passing period. And we would just walk through the school with all the kids, and everybody's looking at us funny, like never seen us before. We're talking to the teachers. We walk in a classroom at the end of the hour and be like, oh shoot, wait, hold on, this ain't my class. We're walking out, everybody's looking at us. We're like, I don't know. And then, yeah, we're dodging principals, and I mean, Mascoutah's dang near got security in their school, so we're dodging people. We end up back out. So, I mean, yeah, just those fun little things with like, I mean, I did that with upperclassmen that I don't talk to anymore. So like, back then that means a lot because when I think of somebody that I'm like, oh yeah, I remember that kid. I used to run with him. I'm like, oh yeah, we did this together. Like that's the last memory I have of a lot of people. So, I think that's a good thing to think about.
I agree. I remember riding on the football bus, and we'd be do a lot of crazy stuff. There ain't no telling. I mean, you imagine it's football.
Yeah.
But I mean, those are the best memories. I feel like just getting to be with the team. I don't know. It's awesome. And obviously, I mean, football. I mean, you meet a lot of people, but I mean, at those like 7-on-7 events. But track and field. I mean, talk about all the people you've gotten to have the chance to meet at different schools and everything.
Go ahead.
So I feel like I've made a lot of closer connections, like especially with I'm pretty close with the Carterville guys, like Nick Bishing and Zach Carter. I feel like I've gotten pretty close with them. At first, didn't talk to them. That's how I am with, I feel like, everyone though. First, I don't talk to you because I'm going against you. Like it's a weird thing. I don't talk to people before the meet. It's only after I talk to them. It's just
You gotta lock in.
yeah. It's just how I'm wired. Like yeah, I can be your buddy after, but before I'm not gonna talk to you. But I feel like I've met a lot of like closer friends now, especially some coaches like Kyle Landon from Marion. I get to talk to him a lot at meets and kind of get his insight on stuff. And I feel like I've made lifelong connections.
I would say most of my connections, I get along good with most of the kids from other schools. Mostly rivals, actually. There's a lot of people that, I would never talk to that I don't like, that I consider a rival, but there's a lot of people that I do talk to. And, I mean, there's a lot of information sharing between me and another good athlete. Like, for example, if I'm getting beat by this kid and then I beat him the next race and he beats me this race, I mean, we're gonna chat about, okay, what are you doing? I'll share what I'm doing. And we can kind of figure this out and see if we can both end up getting faster from our information. And I feel like another good connection that I've made is a lot of with college coaches. I've talked to a lot of college coaches, and actually when I went and visited Greenville, they've got great coaches. They've got a bunch of coaches, and I actually talked to one of them about just like block starts and stuff like that, just like the starting of a race. And I mean, I've got so much information from that person that I could put into my work, and then just from other coaches like, hey, I noticed this. you could critique this and all this kind of stuff. So you get connections with a lot of coaches, even if, you know, you're not really interested in their school, but it's like, hey, just coach the athlete here. This is what you could do better. And like, that's important to me.
It's all about getting better, right?
Right.
It's I don't know, that's how you get better. I know whenever we had those 7-on-7 events and everything with football, and it was basically just a big group getting together. And I remember Marion and Mount Vernon, teams that we would probably never see in the regular season or playoffs, obviously, because they're bigger. They'd come down there and they'd just help us get better. And it's fun to get to meet all those people. But I don't know, it's been going for 45 minutes now. But, you know, you want to talk about what it feels like, you know, to kind of wrap up this year. And can you believe that, 2, 3, 4 weeks till you guys walk the stage? How does it feel that's, you know, it's kind of coming into it's not in the rear view mirror anymore. It's getting closer.
I mean, yeah, it's a surreal feeling because I feel like this year went by so fast because I just didn't focus on it. Like this year I was like, usually I'm counting the days. Today, like this year, it'll happen when it happens. Like I'm just going to keep trying to stay on top and not get what they call senioritis, where you're just, I don't care about this anymore. I'm done. I try not to get that. And I don't know. I think just with teachers and stuff, like I'm close with so many teachers and with so many kids that I probably won't ever see again. But it's like, I try to enjoy my time in high school, but I wouldn't say that I'm not going to be like, oh, I'm going to miss it so much or I'm so ready to get out of here. I'm kind of in between. Like I'm like, I know I could say, oh, I'm ready to get out of here. And then later I'm just like, man, I miss high school. Like that's obviously possible to happen. Like that's what happens to most people. But I don't know. You realize that you don't have a lot of memories sometimes. like you're like, man, I miss, like this was a great senior year. And then you look back and you're like, I only remember like 3 things happening that were interesting. So it's like, maybe I'll like remember some when I'm out of here. But yeah, so I'm pretty half and half on it.
Yeah, I feel the same way. Like to an extent, like sometimes like, man, I'm gonna miss this, and then some other times we're like, man, I can't wait to get out of here. But like, it really depends. I feel like my freshman and sophomore year, I had a lot more bad than good happen, but then these last years I've had a lot more good than bad, so it's kind of like mixed my opinions on it or mixed my feelings on it. But it's also a lot tougher because I've gotten pretty close to like 2 or 3 guys this year, and it's going to be tough because I have to go 5.5 hours away to college, and there's probably going to be a point where like I just won't talk to them for a while. Yeah,
for sure. And I will tell you, it's definitely don't take advantage of the time. I just a year out, and I definitely do miss high school. And it sounds weird, but like I do miss it. I mean, it was fun. You know, going to college, even though I just go to SIU, and I still have a friend that goes down there with me, but it's still a lot different. And you know, it's definitely got to keep in mind of the memories, I will say, because I don't know if you guys really have like a big friend group or anything, but I remember my friend group my senior year, we still message in there once in a while, but it's called ourselves the Parking Lot Bandits. We just stay out like after school for like 30-45 minutes, sit out in the parking lot just messing around. But I don't know, a lot of memories came from that, so I definitely make sure to I don't know, when do you guys graduate?
17th,
so make sure to have fun the last, you guys get out probably about a week before that?
Yeah, about the 12th, or 8th or 12th.
Yeah, so make sure to enjoy it the last 3 weeks, because it goes by fast, like genuinely, and I'm not trying to, I know I've only been out a year, but it does. And right. Even this year, freshman year of high school, I wish that'd be crazy if I got thrown back there. Freshman year of college, it's been pretty quick this year, and it feels like the semester just started here at SIU, and it might be because I cut a couple weather and climate classes, but it goes by quick for sure. It's crazy. So I don't know. It's been 46 minutes we've been recording, so I'm probably gonna go ahead and wrap it up. But just want to thank you for coming on and driving down here to Benton. You know, what was it like getting to see the buffalo or bison out there?
Yeah, that was we were rolling up, and I was just like, was looking down at my phone, and Brody was just like,
"Oh, there's a bison."
Hey, there's some bison. I'm like, what?
Because you text like, "There's gonna be bison on the left." I go, "Well, there's the bison."
I was like, what are you talking about? I look up, there's a bunch of bison.
Oh yeah, there's bison out there. about 14 of them. But yeah, thank you for coming on.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah. Welcome to our first segment of today's show. As we got some Benton baseball coaches on. You guys want to just introduce yourselves as we get going into this show. Last week I had struggles.
What was it that we get going in the show?
I'm Tyler Leffler, first-year head coach of Benton High School baseball team. From Benton, been from Benton my whole life.
Austin McPheron. First year.
McPheron?
McPheron. Yep, not McPherson. First year pitching coach for Benton High School, and from Johnston City originally.
Let's just get it out in the open, Russ. We're gonna get it out in the open. These two faced each other in high school and college. So, Bradley, SIU. I'm a proud alum of SIU.
Missouri Valley.
Took me 5 years to get my degree from there that I don't use, but actually it's in this stuff at least. Selling cars like candy bars. But yeah, I was a dog.
Go Dogs.
Go Dogs.
You know this isn't the first time we've been on the air together, right?
It's funny you brought that up. Tyler, God, how old were you?
Probably 4.
When I was the voice of the Rangers. A long, long time ago, Russ. You were not born yet. I used to call the Benton games on the radio. And you've been on the actual air with me.
Oh, yeah.
You were.
I couldn't tell you where we were or what the game was.
It was a home game. Yeah, you've been on a home game with me. You wore Sandler Sloan before Sandler Sloan.
Sure. I wouldn't go that far, but sure.
Oh, that's awesome. I forget. Yes, you have been on the radio with me. These guys faced each other, though. JC class of
2013.
Benton class of
2012.
So, obviously, I'm sure we played in high school at some time against each other. Travel against each other or no?
I don't really remember.
I think ever since Pony League, honestly.
I'm sure
Okay.
we played a lot against each other growing up, but the one that sticks out is
Okay, let's talk about the collegiate one. Go ahead.
Home game for me. It was a long at bat too, if I remember right. Full count and just had too much sink on the fastball inside.
Yeah,
What it was.
I think he was scared of me.
Pretty anticlimactic at bat in the end, but
What grade were you at Southern?
I would have been. I think that was my sophomore year.
So you're probably a junior at Bradley?
Junior year.
And there for a long time, you had the HBP record, didn't you, at Bradley?
Yeah. I don't
You've
know
been
if
hit
that's-
by pitch a lot.
I've definitely had records for hit by pitches on just about every.
Were you hit by pitch a lot in high school, too?
Yeah.
Because people
I
hated
don't-
you. They were
I
throwing
just-
at you.
No, I don't think that. I think
Scared.
I always just thought it was because I was so long and on home plate. Like most of my hit by pitches were with like 2 strikes, so I would just kind of not strike out because
Sure.
anything in, I would just stick my elbow at it.
I like it.
You know, worst
Yeah.
case scenario, the
Get you on
ump
the
says, "Hey,
base.
you can't do that. Come back."
Get you on base. So you hit him.
I did. Yep.
Okay.
Didn't even hurt either. It was right on the elbow guard. And
Oh, elbow guards.
Evo shield was really big.
Should they be illegal, elbow guards?
No.
I think I should have
Use
to
your
just get
resources.
up there and just hack.
I'd get every piece of protection if I could, if I was going up into a batter's box.
Would
These
you
guys are
really?
throwing way too
Yeah.
hard these days. Yeah,
Oh.
of course.
So you
Come
imagine
on.
stepping in a batter's box against Paul Skeens or Mason Miller.
Go out there in catcher's gear,
Look
man.
at Acuna. He's got
Oh, he's got
every
everything
single body
It's-
part all the way down.
He's got one on his back.
In Austin, he's got 9 colors on. He's got 9 different colors on. I noticed.
That he can hit, so he can.
Oh,
hit
he's a
once.
stud. No, Acuna's a stud, man. I'm not a Braves guy, but Acuna Jr. is a stud. So you guys played against each other in college. Now let's fast forward. Where did your paths cross after, let's say 2015? Let's fast forward. How do you become what you are now at Benton? I know you're obviously the head coach. I know you. I've known you because my son's worked with you for years. Tell us kind of how that relationship.
I'll take this one.
Okay.
Started giving some lessons in the same facility. Along with that, we kind of started playing a little local softball together. And I think it was kind of I really don't know that we ever talked about it, like too much. But I
Here and there, maybe joked around about it.
I think it was always kind of a understanding that, hey, if I ever get an opportunity anywhere, you're coming with me. So
Package deal?
yeah, kind of just worked out.
Yeah.
Kind of worked out.
And I was always wanting to coach eventually, but I wanted to hop into the right situation, and it felt right.
I mean, yeah, after seeing him work his lessons and stuff with his kids down there, and obviously understanding the knowledge that he has from a collegiate standpoint and development and all that, and it was a pretty easy decision. And I like him, so
You guys like each other.
that helps
Yeah.
sometimes.
I'll be honest, I didn't like this guy very much in high school, but I don't think
I
a
said
lot of
hated
people did.
earlier, and he was like, no, people like me.
I respected him for sure, but it made me want to beat him. You know,
Yeah.
just playing against
You want to
him,
beat the
and I
best, right?
think- Yeah, I think that's the beauty of sports.
Heck yeah, it is.
Yeah,
All right, Russ, I'm up 3-1. You got to ask some more.
What's it been like I mean, you said this is your first year at Benton. For both of you guys, what's it been like this year to take on this role, come back to your alma mater, just gets coached with a buddy? What's it been like for you guys?
Been a dream come true, really. Ever since leaving Benton High School and going to college to play, kind of always wanted to coach. Kind of knew, especially as a shortstop, you're kind of a coach on the field already. And I just knew that I always it was always in the back of my mind, like, hey, if there's ever an opportunity to go back and be a part of or even take over the program that I care about so much, that raised me, I'm gonna jump at the opportunity. Just taking pictures over there.
He tells me to get like candid shots, like action type stuff sometimes, don't you?
Yes.
Yeah, so that's what I'm doing. You grew up at JC, but if people don't know this, tell your connections to Benton.
Mom's side of the family's from Benton. Mom was a Wrangler girl back in the 80s.
Her mom's name when she was at Benton?
Michelle was Negreski.
Okay, Michelle Negreski. So if people are watching, because we do have a lot of people from your mom's era. Was she here in the 80s?
Yeah, early 80s, I believe.
Okay.
I could be wrong on that.
Your mom would probably know.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
Lynette graduated in, come on, Tyler, 80-something. 80-something. Your dad was 86, so your mom's got to be somewhere in there.
Same.
Her dad's 84, 86.
Same.
86, okay, so
that's
I bet
the
they've
age.
crossed paths. You guys probably didn't even know that.
Yeah. My aunt's in the Benton Hall of Fame. She was on the state team.
1980.
I'm pretty sure she had several records at the state tournament too. Points per game, rebounds per game, and free throw percentage, I believe.
What's your aunt's first name?
Sherry.
Okay. I know you're going to know this because you're a Benton fanatic like me and Russ. You probably already know this too. You might not, just being new to Benton. The only state titles, team-wise, ever are by girls sports at Benton. Did you know that?
I think I did know that.
That's a fun fact. The only state, now individual state titles have been won on the boys' side, but there's not been any state championships won besides the 1980 state championship, Class A women's basketball.
Yeah.
And Andy Sloan, once or twice?
06 and 08.
06 and 08 state champs in track with
Leah Orley
and
Courtney Smith.
she just went to the Hall of Fame, right? Or they retired her.
I think the whole entire
That was a
team's in there
squad.
too.
What was her? Courtney Smith, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Courtney Smith, Leah Orley, obviously one of my best friends growing up. Jason Osborne, his sister Samantha Osborne was very, very good, and on that team, there was a Lampley that was really good. Travis Lampley's little sister. They were really good in track. Obviously, they won 2 state titles. But you think of Benton, such a guy sports town, basketball, football, baseball, all the things, but the state championship, it's kind of a funky thing.
Yeah, I don't know if I guess I don't know
Yeah,
if I
stumped you.
realized that. I don't know if I
Stumped
knew
you.
that.
Stumped you.
If I remember we were thinking about that. It was a junior year whenever the boys team went up there.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, that's something a lot of people were talking about. And then the golf team.
We'd never been to the state championship game in boys basketball before till 2
Yeah.
years ago. We'd never been to that game.
Yeah, and then the golf team, they'd always talk about trying to get one for the.
The golf team's got second, I think, 4 or 5 times?
5 times.
5 times. I used to ride Shane Dial about all the time. Come on, Shane. Couldn't you guys have got one? Tell you right now, Shane Dial's a heck of a golfer. I'll take him in any golf scramble. Freaking
They'd always go
stud.
up there and
Golf
get stuck in 2A in the 2-class system.
Oh, I
in the
know.
Golf world.
Yep.
Go up there and play private schools.
Golf's tough, man. You guys play golf at all?
I'm not very
I
good
hit,
at it.
I hit ball sometimes.
Sure, I'm not. I look like Charles, my boy.
I wouldn't call it playing golf.
Charles Barkley. I look like Charles Barkley. Terrible. They, I'm having too much fun, Russ. I'm not even talking baseball yet.
No, we aren't.
I know. So we got first year guys. You graduated JC 13. You're Benton 12. You said, hey, it's a dream come true. You're in your 30s now. Did you think this was ever going to happen?
Hoped.
Yeah.
I mean, hoped. You just never know.
Sure.
I mean, there's, opportunities to pop up here and there. I think it's all about timing. I think it's all about being right place, right time. And, you got to be able to have the opportunity to jump at that when it's the right time, kind of like after playing, came back and got involved a little bit with the junior high program when Blondie was still here. Helped out with some summer ball stuff. Never really quite fully committed to the course of the season. Still trying to figure stuff out with what I was trying to do with work and all that. But yeah, I mean, you hang around long enough and keep putting your name out there and doing the right thing, and eventually the timing's right.
Yeah, Luke Cooper, he just got the job at Mount Vernon.
Breaking news.
Tim Holloway resigned just back right after the basketball season.
Tim Holloway is a tremendous baseball coach,
He was
too.
their baseball coach when I was in high school.
Yes.
But how hard is it, and how much pressure do you have on you whenever something like that happens, whenever you resign and you have the opportunity to go back to your alma mater?
I wouldn't say pressure.
It could be life-changing, though. I mean, that's...
Ooh, it could be life-affirming. It could be life-affirming.
Yeah. I just think it's just having core beliefs and the values that you have, knowing what you can do and what you can bring to the table, and I mean, it's really more about the kids, I mean, the kids have to be the ones that buy in and take what you're saying and apply it and go out there and perform, and just kind of, leading them in the right direction and putting them in the right spots and hoping the chips fall our way.
I'm going to ask this. Who, because I know your parents, who was more excited, Lynette or Tim?
Probably Lynette.
Your mom's wanted this for a long time.
Yeah, probably Lynette.
You're her baby boy.
Yeah, my dad's been out at a lot of the games too with my little brothers, and
Yeah.
I think he's probably enjoying it a little.
If people don't know this, there's not a lot of these, and I'm a stat freak. That's why I love sports. And I'm sure there's stats and stuff like this from Johnston City sports, football, basketball, baseball, all the sports. But just because I'm connected to Benton, there's not a lot of father-dads on walls. There's not. And that made no sense, father-dads, father-sons. But
that's awesome.
You and your dad are on the ball for baseball.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's it's special. Long time ago for him though.
Yeah.
He's getting old.
A lot of people don't know this. Another fun fact. Travis is just bringing them a lot of fun facts. Here's another one for you. My high school baseball coach, Jeff Roper, and Tim Leffler both played at Southeastern Illinois College. Mm-hmm. Both middle infielders. Mm-hmm. How about that, folks?
SIC.
SIC. Yeah. Both had long coaching careers. Obviously, Jeff was at Benton for a long time. Mm-hmm. Your dad was at Christopher. He's retired now, correct?
He's retired now.
But he was a junior high baseball coach for how long?
As long as he taught.
Yeah. What?
I think he
probably 20 years of coaching?
He might have taken 1 year away from baseball. Coached girls basketball the whole time. I think there was like 1 or 2 years that he was trying to get away from doing baseball. But he can't stay away. He just couldn't stay away.
Now your two younger brothers are playing baseball, correct?
Yes.
And
one is a 6th grader.
Okay.
One is a 7th grader at Sesser. And then I also have a little sister as well. Well,
There you go.
2 technically, but dad,
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I know you have another sister as well.
So we got some more Lefflers coming.
Some more Lefflers coming. Austin, family-wise? Brothers, sisters?
I had a younger brother that played at Southeastern. He coached
really?
there. He's 6 years younger than me.
Okay. I did not know that. Huh, where's he at now?
He is working on a solar farm over in Karnak as an electrician.
Really? They're making
Making-
bank.
making good
I hear they're
money.
making good money.
Yeah.
I thought you were about to say he was in his 7th year of college or something.
He had 6 because he had labrum surgery after his freshman year, I believe.
Better than the question I asked someone a couple months ago, and they said, no, they passed away in a car wreck. I'm always scared when I ask because I don't know who your siblings are, and I'm thinking, oh, God, what if he says, oh, Travis, I don't want to talk about it. I'm like, thankfully, he's doing well.
Yeah.
Yes.
He's married, isn't he?
He's getting married June 6th.
Wow, big wedding coming up.
And he's marrying into an electrician family, so he's always going to have a job.
This guy's, he's smart.
Yeah.
Smart man.
He's smart. Okay, guys, so we're 16 games in of your guys' first year together. Pitching coach, Benton High School. Head baseball coach, Benton High School. Give me your thoughts so far, guys.
think we're coming around. I think that at the beginning of the baseball season, no matter what level, I think pitchers are always up. They're always going to win. They've always got the upper hand. Just because it's stepping in the box and seeing live pitching is fresh at the beginning of the year for everybody. We've pitched the daylights out of it.
Yes, daylights.
For the most part, played really good defense, and it's nice just to see starting to put the ball in play more, and we have been. It's just kind of we're waiting for our breaks. I mean, baseball's it's a tough game when you hit the ball really hard right at people, and you can do a lot of things really well and not have the results that you want. And I think that's kind of a big part with the buy-in of getting the kids to believe in the right things and understanding that, hey, it's not about us all individually getting 4 hits a game, and sometimes you ask you to sack bunt and this and that, and good things start to happen.
You were a pitcher. I'm sure in high school you played everywhere, right?
Played third base.
Yeah, so third baseman, good arm. Yeah, I mean a lot of pitchers are shortstop, third basemen, and center fielders. A lot of them. Talk about the change of being. I always ask pitchers this. That's a different mindset. So in high school, you're probably batting in the middle of the order. You do all this stuff. When did it become apparent to you that I'm gonna just pitch?
When I got to college and they told me I wasn't going to hit.
I mean, did they say, hey, you're a PO now?
Yeah.
I mean, did you want to hit? I mean, was that your dream, your
I
goal?
Did. I actually had an offer to Rend Lake to do both. I probably would have ended up just pitching only anyways, because that's what I was good at and that's what I enjoyed doing the most. There's just something about, like, being on the island and, like, you control the game, and it's like whoever steps in the box, it's like, try to hit it, There's just something about it.
Here's my thing with baseball and why I love it. I've loved it since I was a kid. You talk about the island, and I'm going to pick your brain a little bit about this. You know how I like to pick coaches' brains on this kind of stuff, because that's the part of sports I really enjoy, especially with baseball. Pitching, I mean, no other sport really. I mean, golf, but it's different. But for a team sport, as a pitcher, you can dominate a game. Oh, yeah. It is really hard to do. Hey, Tom Brady, I think he's the GOAT. I was never a Patriots fan. I liked him as a Buccaneer. I didn't like him as a Patriot. But, I mean, he won Super Bowls, but he could not just dominate the game. He had to have a good defense. He had to have a good offensive line. He had to da-da-da-da-da-da. Basketball, I'm a LeBron guy. Sorry. I'm not sorry, actually. Because he's a stud. He's unbelievable. He's the GOAT. But, he still has to have guys around him. Luke Kennard's got to play out of his mind for them to win right now. Pitching, man. I mean, if you tell – I always say you can tell how tough a kid is, man or woman, boy or girl, up here to be able to get on that island and bring it. Because it can be the loneliest place in the world if you're not throwing strikes, if your defense isn't making plays, or if the other team's just freaking hitting it. Mm-hmm. What do you like about you're a pitching coach, you give lessons, what do you like about pitching?
Just like it's like a chess game. I mean, you're always you're watching what the hitter does on this swing. You adjust on that, Some days you feel so good that you don't have to think. You just throw it in there as hard as you can, throw you a curveball, throw you a slider here and there, especially in high school. I mean, a lot of kids get themselves out if you just throw strikes. And you got to be confident. I mean, confidence is the biggest thing. It's such a mental game already. But, if you don't trust yourself to throw the ball, nobody else can do it for you. So I think that's the challenge of it, but that's also that's what gets people to, really enjoy pitching, I think. It's just the craft of it.
For sure.
How can something like a flip switch like that, to where you're I don't know, say you come home from school and you're not feeling it, and then you got a game later today that you have to pitch. I mean, how do you get over say a bad day and you come in there and you pitch a good game?
Hey, you flunk algebra and then you got to come out and throw.
Yeah, I mean, days I knew I was pitching, I didn't think what I was doing in school. I didn't care. I was just
Did you even go to class? Did you even go to class the days you pitched?
Our head coach.
You could say this is 13 years ago.
Our head coach would let me go rake the field in 6 hours or something. So
I love that's a good coach. Yeah. Who was your high school coach?
Trevor Clark.
Trevor Clark. There you go. That's awesome.
Yeah.
So, Rush, anything else on that question?
I just want to ask, how easy is it to get yourself in a hole as far as a pitcher, and then two, how hard is it to get yourself out of that hole?
Yeah. I guess I didn't really answer your question, did I?
He sidestepped it.
Yeah.
He quick pitched you.
Tough
questions.
Mine are easy. I'll be honest. Like in college, I had some pretty far downs. Like my sophomore year was terrible.
At Southern?
I wouldn't say I had the yips. Yeah.
Did you go straight? I've never asked you this.
I
Did
went
you
straight from Johnston City.
Okay.
Yep. Played there all 4 years.
Against the Salukis.
Yeah.
Braves.
But yeah, like I'd get out there and I had no faith in myself to even throw a strike. Like I was scared to death my sophomore year.
Is that the yips?
I wouldn't call it the yips, but I think it was just lack of confidence. We were bad that year too. We won 12 games.
Who was Southern's coach then?
Ken Henderson.
Okay.
My pitching coach was PJ Finnegan, one of the best Salukee players
Yeah, ever.
I mean, I learned a lot.
Up there with
of what
Steve
I know
Finley.
from pitching, just from him, just like more of the advanced stuff.
Sure.
But yeah, I think the thing about pitching is like you have a bad game, you always got that next chance. And there's games where you show up to the field and you feel great, and then you go to the game mound and it's like, where'd all my stuff go? But like the good pitchers still figure it out with their B and their C stuff, and you're gonna have those days, and you just gotta still compete and get your team back in the dugout and try to win a ball game.
I'm going to ask you this because I love pitching. Was never a pitcher. I don't know how this happened, but obviously I had an older son that pitched, and I have a younger son that pitches. Obviously one threw from the wrong side and one threw, obviously Trey's lefty and Brody right, but how much of pitching here's my question. How cool is it when you see a guy that's got all the stuff, but he's got to work with it? Because I'm sure you've seen thousands of kids, boys and girls, since you've been doing lessons, hundreds, that you're like, oh, they got talent. But they don't always have that extra piece.
Yeah.
But when you find that boy or girl, man or woman, that whatever age they are coming to you, because kids come to you from what, 8 years old to 20 or something probably?
Yeah.
I mean, do you have kids in college that still go to you?
Yeah, some that come back on summer break and then we'll throw
Yeah.
a little bit.
So you've got boys, men, girls, women, all these different, changes and different parts of their lives. How cool is it for you as a coach when you're like, it clicked? There's the work ethic. There's the ability.
Yeah.
Wow.
And sometimes it's like a simple thing. And like, it's like, man, you've got and when you get a pitcher that has all the talent, that's when you're like, okay, I can figure this kid out. You can't always teach talent, Like
Yeah.
you can
Can't teach height, right? They always said you can't teach height.
You can teach mechanics all day, but it doesn't always mean you're going to get outs if you have good mechanics. Some of the best pitchers have terrible mechanics you see in the pros every day.
Ooh.
So, yeah, I think, but that's the challenge with every new kid that I get, pitching wise. It's like a new art project. You can build it however you want, and not every kid's going to be the same. There's going to be different things. And I'm big on like letting the pitchers be athletes. If he does something.
Okay, that's a term used a lot. What does that mean? Pitcher be an athlete.
I'm
going to make you break that down.
You may get a pitcher that you've never seen before, and he comes in and has like a super high leg kick, or like he does something funky with his glove, where it's like a lot of guys I think will try to just take that away because it looks different. It's like maybe that's what makes
Unique.
them them. Like you watch pro ball, none of those guys just like look standard. Everything's.
Look at Nomo. I was growing up in that era with Hideki Nomo. But, he had one of the funkiest motions ever.
Yeah.
And for a stretch, for the kids nowadays, they won't even know who this is either. But I was a Tim Lincecum guy. I always said, my God, he's 5'10". He weighs 170, and he throws 100. And he had so much bite. It's unbelievable. I know his body didn't hold up as long, but he still had 2 Cy Youngs. But, incredible to have that size and that speed and all of the other pitches he had. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's the beauty of Tim Lincecum dominated baseball with the Giants, won World Series. He couldn't translate that to pro basketball or pro football.
Yeah.
That's the beauty of pitching.
You don't have to be a Nolan Ryan or a Paul Skeens
No.
type body. You can be a little small guy out there and.
Greg Maddux was tiny. He's one of the greatest ever.
Yeah, I was going to ask about that because, you see Lucas Dunn. He's a smaller guy, and he's one of the top
Yeah.
pitchers in our area. But,
We'll probably see him next week.
you guys have got to coach up a lot of guys, but how rewarding is it to be able to see a guy that is maybe a little bit undersized, not your traditional size of player?
Like a stud like my size.
Yeah, and like Travis over here. And
I'm eating chicken nonstop.
what's it like to see those guys be able to step out and just grow into the player you were coaching them up to be?
I think that's a big testament to just like the mentality of a kid. right? Like, it's easy when you have the makeup, you pass the eye test, you know, you're the big body frame, you throw the ball hard, this and that. Like, it's easy to kind of like push through. Whereas the kids that aren't necessarily as advanced and have it all, they don't have it, you know, as good as some others in terms of physicality and all that. It definitely says a lot about the mentality that they play with and the kind of the chip on their shoulder that they have and you know, always got something to prove and this and that. It's cool to see those guys that kind of like Jose Altuve type, you know, like that. We'll talk about the buzzer and all that, but
trash cans. There are trash cans in here I can hit.
But yeah, I mean, I think it's just big mentality. You can learn a lot about a kid when you watch a kid like that play. You're like, hey man, what's this? Nashville's second baseman last night. Nashville's second baseman is a little freshman.
Who's there? I don't know who played second.
His last name is Story.
Okay.
He's related to Trevor Story.
Little kid.
He's not big either.
And you can tell that he's a kid that just fights and scraps and claws for everything he gets, you know.
I've always heard from coaches, and either of you take it, both of you take it, that the kid that we talked about this with Drake Cappy.
Yeah.
You know, Will said, "Hey, Travis, Drake's bigger than me." But when Drake's going to 8th grade freshman year, I think he used to come down to you.
Oh, yeah.
He was little, and he was small.
Yeah.
This is what coaches have always said to me. You can pick the sport. We're talking baseball right now. When a kid has the ability and the want when they haven't grown yet, and then they finally grow, now Drake's having a great senior year. He announced on the show he's going to Frontier College.
Yeah.
You know, good for him, you know. But, I mean, I bet if people from Carterville saw him as an 8th grader, they're probably like, oh, yeah,
He
coach's
was
kid.
very nonchalant.
Coach's kid. I know he was
very
a little
like it's breaking news.
I know,
man. Get
breaking
out here.
news.
Congratulations, Drake.
Yeah. But I mean, that's a big deal.
Yeah, it is.
You know?
Yeah, I think it's just building good habits. You know, you build good habits early, and eventually, you know, the growth spurt comes, the maturity comes, the body starts to fill out, and you may not be the most advanced. You know, you don't have it like we just talked about, but eventually everything starts to even back out when you get to the bigger fields, and you kind of see it more and more often every year.
Bigger fields. Two of you both tall. Who's taller?
Probably you.
I think maybe by a little bit.
You're 6'3", 6'4"?
6'4" in the program. I'm probably like 6'3".
And you're somewhere around there, right?
Yeah, 6'3"-ish.
So I watched you grow up. I didn't know you till obviously later in life, probably either from down at formerly Hit Repair, now Hitters
Count.
Hitters. Thank you. They both said it in unison. Hitters Count. Then obviously I know your former job I used to see all the time because my boys could not stop getting hurt.
Yeah.
You worked at NovaCare for how long?
4 years.
Yeah, 4 years. Trey and Brody Severin, frequent customers of NovaCare. I couldn't keep Trey out of there. But, you know, the thing that I notice with sports in general is the game has changed so much from now. I'm going to be the old man. You know, I had my birthday last week, right, Russ?
April 18th.
April 18th. I'm an old man, 48. But you guys have been around sports. You're just out of high school. You guys are a little bit further advanced with that. The game now, if kids aren't working all the time, it passes you by. You know, class of 96, I think there was like one guy in my class, maybe two, that were doing some type of lesson for something. Now, kids are doing football lessons, basketball lessons, baseball lessons, softball lessons, wrestling lessons.
Every sport.
Speed and agility. I mean, you've got a family member, right, that teaches that stuff?
Yeah, Bryce Smith.
Bryce Smith, who was a running back at Carterville. You know what? Give a shout out. Where does he work?
Rise Performance.
Rise Performance. But I mean, has that not how the game has evolved with all these kids that just? I mean, it's a full-time job, athletics now.
It is. I think too, though. Like, I think the lessons are they get a little played out at times. Like, they're with social media and all of the access that kids have to things that they can learn from. And I mean, I'll go home and scroll through TikTok, and I can't stop seeing, you know, different drills and different, you know, feels and focuses. And I mean, I would imagine that all the kids that are playing the sports see those as well, you know. So I mean, they also have that to where there's a lot of other options for them to be able to get better on their own, and which helps obviously. But the game, I mean, it's just changed. All sports have changed.
It's changed just since you guys have got out of school.
Just athletes in general.
I mean, there's more guys now. I see it all the time. I mean, you were both pitchers, right? Did you ever pitch in college?
No.
Okay, so once you left Benton, just strictly short third, second.
I tried real hard to get them to let me. But.
Right, wouldn't let you. Dang it. Obviously, pitched 4 years for the Salukis. The why are so many guys now the velo thing? Why has it changed? I mean, I've watched baseball since I was tall. I love baseball. And I remember I'm growing up, and it's a big deal when Nolan Ryan could throw that hard. And it was like Nolan Ryan. And then Randy Johnson could throw that hard. Mm-hmm. And then you go a stretch, and then all of a sudden, boom, about the mid-2000s, it starts to change. And then you get into the, what do they call the 2010s? I don't know, there's a name for the...
Gen Z?
I don't know.
Alpha.
Gen Alpha. But, I mean, what has changed so much now that it's like every day guys are throwing 103?
I think, just more technology to use at your disposal and at young ages, you know. I mean, like, there's so many things that are appealing to the eye with...
Like me and pizza?
Learning how to throw the ball harder, hit the ball harder, run faster. I mean, there's so many advanced things that kids have at their disposal nowadays that wasn't around even just like 10, 20 years ago, you know?
Here's the one that said to me, though, guys, and I want three of you to jump in on this. I get that, but guys don't hit baseballs farther, and guys don't throw footballs farther now, and guys don't run faster 40 times. Why has pitching changed more than any? It's not like all of a sudden, hey, the game has evolved. Running backs run a 3.840 now. No, they don't.
That's a good point.
They run 4 threes.
And I think you see that at the pro level for sure. I mean, you look at the numbers and the average velocity is way up.
It's
than it was
crazy.
Just 10 years ago. And I think that gets in some kids' heads, like in high school, that everybody thinks they should be throwing 85 to 90. It's like, that's really not that normal. I know you see that on TikTok, you see that on social media, but it's not as common as you think that you see on social media. So
Sure.
Yeah,
Kind of the pros and cons to the whole like technology and social media that the kids have at their disposal is like, you know, you're seeing a lot of good stuff, but you're also, there's a lot of stuff on there that makes them think that it should be a certain way, or, you know, they kind of, I mean, there's no reason for a kid to think that they should have to throw 90 in high school, you know?
Hey, Maddox and Glavin didn't throw that hard, and they were dominant. Now, Smoltz did throw hard. You know, who was the Braves fan?
I was a Braves fan.
I mean, those three were dominant. Throwing Steve Avery with those guys, and they were dominant. And Smoltz threw hard, but Glavin could beat you at 91, and Maddox might beat you at 89. You know, so the art of pitching still.
Yeah, and you still see with some guys, like, I am a Cubs fan.
He just said it right now, folks.
It's hard to stare at that wall
If
over
you
there.
send your kids to Austin, he's a Cubs fan.
I am, and I'll say it to anybody.
Unbelievable.
But Kyle Hendricks, I mean, look how good he pitched in the postseason.
Cardinals can never hit him.
Yeah.
I have to ask, do you think that this new era of like where the pitching velocity is kind of like a staple, do you think that at the younger level, the high school level, do you think that affects their mindset as far as prioritizing getting faster speeds over the mechanics, or do you think it's...
Yeah, I mean, you see that a lot, and it's just because, like, you know, scouts are looking for that. They feel like they can take a kid that can throw really hard and teach them the mechanics to where, you know, that's really all they're looking for when it comes to showcases and, you know, tryouts and things like that.
I got one here. You got another one?
No, you go ahead.
Okay, I'm going to throw it out there because I had one that just went through it from he started playing it actually on a different team at 11 was the first time Trey played travel, and he played travel all the way through 18. Brody started it. Brody's that generation that, I mean, people are probably rolling in their graves. I mean, Brody started playing for Kyle Kirkpatrick and those guys when he was 6. I think he was 6U or 7. I don't know, 7U. Maybe they were 7U, and they never lost. Like, I'll never forget the first time they ever lost. They're going nuts, man. Lost in Kentucky one time. Just bawling, eyes bawling, going crazy. But travel baseball and travel softball, and you guys both have taught both those sports, good or bad for the sport? Come on, be real. 93,000 people watching.
Both ways. I mean, you can look at it either way. Like when I was growing up, like you played at your local park.
Sure.
You know, your local Little League. And I didn't really start playing travel ball until I was maybe like 11 or 12. Mm-hmm. And it was fun. I enjoyed doing it. It's expensive. You know, like and
it wasn't a full-time thing though. It was like the travel ball that I remember playing.
You were a St. Louis Pirate.
Yeah, but that wasn't until I was 16 years old.
Okay.
I mean, we played like you said. You've got your
Well, your dad and Rope took you guys
Yeah, but I mean that was just all park pony ball stuff.
Sure.
Like, you'd play your in-house ball, you'd have your all-star tryouts, and then you'd play 35, 40 games together as an all-star team.
Tim Leffler never played 35 or 40 games. You guys played like 90, didn't you?
9, maybe. I don't.
This
feel
is
like, man.
Jeff Roper and Tim Leffler.
But we didn't even have that. You gotta think he played a rec season for
Yeah.
until the end of June. But yeah, we were.
That's like
probably
a cuss
playing
word
double
nowadays.
headers 6 days a week.
Rec ball is like a cuss word nowadays.
I think it's changed a lot about like the buddy stuff. Like I think that competition between towns has changed a lot with the travel ball becoming more of a thing. I always felt like it was awesome to get to kind of create those rivalries, and you grow up having those certain towns and teams that you knew were.
Do
Hey,
you still hate Harrisburg?
I don't like the color purple.
It's one of my favorite colors.
One of the greatest fouls I've ever seen was committed by Tyler Leffler against Harrisburg.
I don't remember that.
Yeah, he does. I can show you where he was on the floor, Rich Aaron. I can tell you where
Next.
Cable Henshaw
Moving on.
landed. I can tell you where Cable Henshaw landed on that foul.
I've got a question. This is a little bit about.
This is not being edited.
Speaking of rivalries, I mean, have you guys seen rivalries shift in the past, say, 15 years? I mean, from when you guys were in high school, has it changed? And I mean, how do you?
Are there still rivalries?
What do you think about that?
Because you've talked to me about it. I mean, because of social media and all this stuff, are there still rivalries? Is that what, I mean?
I don't know, honestly. I think Mount Vernon Centralia is about one of the only ones that are like still.
Still hate each other?
Yeah.
Yeah, I
And
don't
even
really
some of
know.
them, I heard that they're still buddy off the court.
Really?
Just on the.
I think that social media and the ability to connect with everybody outside of your town and your team, I think that had really is what kind of changed everything with that. Is just you have again with travel ball, and you see it a lot with basketball. Like AAU basketball, you got all these guys that get together in 5 or 6 different towns playing together. There are 5 or 6 different towns of best players on their teams are playing together, and while they maybe should be rivals when it comes to high school ball, it's more they're buddies. I mean, they play together, they have the off the court experience together. I think a lot of our rivalry stuff, like once we got to high school, just stemmed from growing up playing against the same group of kids. You were the same team, they were the same team every year, and
Who were your rivals growing up? Like, honestly, when you were at Benton, who was big rivals?
Harrisburg, Mount Vernon.
Yeah.
Harrisburg, Mount Vernon. Mount
For, as
Vernon
far as
was-
baseball, right?
Yeah.
I mean, Mount Vernon was a juggernaut for a long time.
Yeah.
And I will say this, and I don't feel bad because I think LeBron's the GOAT. People can yell at me. I don't care. I'm not wearing yellow for the Lakers, but they are up 2-0. I look like I work at La Fiesta. People say when I wear this shirt, I look like I work at La Fiesta, not Weeks, and I'm fine
I did
with
think
that.
that was a La Fiesta
La Fiesta shirt.
shirt.
I'll have
Yeah.
margaritas later.
Yeah.
You can't because you're 19. But Jay Thompson's the GOAT of baseball coaches to me.
He's still going. I saw
He's
him.
still going. How many guys still coach junior high and high school in as many years as he's been there? Obviously, he's won state championships. I've always respected Jay a ton. And I know Benton and Harrisburg, there was a huge rivalry for you guys your 4
yeah.
years. Yeah. And I don't know, was it JC a rival with Harrisburg?
Ours was more so Carterville when Carterville used to be in the Black Diamond.
Okay.
When they moved, that kind of dissolved a little bit, but
Yeah.
I still felt it a little bit. But
Are there rivals? I mean, you guys are coaching high school now, and Benton and Frankfurt has a big game last week, and I think sometimes the coaches are more fired up than the players sometimes.
I think that we can talk baseball specifically. I think it's a weird dynamic because, like, for our kids, they have. I mean, with basketball and football, they have kind of been the front runners, throughout the 3 years of their high school careers.
Yeah.
But then they baseball it's not the same. I mean, it's a whole totally different sport. Requires completely different types of athletes on the field and skill level and all that.
The mentally toughest sport, I think. That's just me. I'm not trying to be. Hey,
I agree.
come yell at me if you need to. I love everybody. Russell
Just
loves
because
everybody.
there's a lot of stuff that you can do good that doesn't look, when you look in the box score, it doesn't seem like it doesn't feel good. You can go 0 for 3 with 3 flyouts to the warning track, 110 mile an hour exit velocity, and you're going to go home and be sad about it if you aren't thinking about it the right way. I think that's the hardest part about baseball and hitting and all that is just the fact that you can do really good and it not really look and feel really good.
Oh, I know. I play MLB The Show, and you get a perfect fly out in the top of the ninth.
That's frustrating.
Yeah.
Russell,
That's
weren't you the catcher
frustrating.
for Trey when we were back in the day and I was the coach?
Yeah.
Didn't you have to catch? Tell them what I used to do to you when you catch.
That's probably tough.
You couldn't. Hey, Trey's throwing left-handed at 10 years old, just winging it, and you couldn't steal home in rec ball. So Big Russ is a big target back there. So I was like, Trey, just try to strike guys out, and if they go past Russell, they can't score from third.
So yeah, if your legs get tired, just sit on your knees.
I mean, just try to stop it, Russ, but they can't score from third. So Trey, just throw as hard as you can. It looks odd. You're left-handed. Just. I probably created my son's arm problems, but that's okay. That's okay, guys. I've got it out in the open
Can
now.
we say I'm the worst catcher to ever go?
I don't think you're the worst catcher. I appreciate what you did back there, buddy.
Who would you say Benton's are as a school biggest rivalries have been?
You know, obviously
I
growing
think
up
that's
for
a
growing up for
conversation.
me, it was West Frankfort,
Yeah.
but Frankfort was really good, and I know they've turned the corner some.
Did the football team they lose Murfreesboro this past year? Were they on the schedule? Murfreesboro Red Devils.
In football,
Yeah.
that's always been a rival in football.
Yeah. But
Yes.
are they off the schedule now in
I
football?
don't have the schedule in
Are
front
we
of me.
talking about Benton Murphy?
Yeah. We always.
No, it was a big rival in football.
We
Yes,
always wanted to
when
beat-
you were in school.
We always wanted to beat Murphy
Yeah.
and Carterville.
Marvy and Cartville. When I was growing up, Benton Frankfort was still big. It was still big. And I think there's part of that. And I think you're going to see it in football next year because Frankfort's got a really good class. Their juniors are really good.
Yeah.
And their baseball team's been better.
Yeah.
You know, obviously get to a sectional final last year. They're doing well this year. They've had a lot of games like us where they've lost by 1 or 2 runs.
Yeah.
But you know, Harrisburg was a big rivalry, especially football. Benton Harrisburg football was a big rivalry. Benton Harrisburg baseball was a big rivalry. But now I think, you know, like I just think of not, especially with Trey being your age. I mean, a lot of his best friends, if I looked in his phone or who he's talking to the most, yeah, he's got Benton buddies, but he's also, I told you, he's talking to Nolan Causey, Gavin Harrell. They both play at
Big Buff.
Frontier. Drake Buffington. I mean, he's talking to all these guys, you know. I mean, I could sit here and name friends all the time that when I was his age, I didn't have a lot of all those buddies from all those towns that I've been friends with for 6 years.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, it's, I miss the rivalry stuff. I liked it when you were like, man, I want to beat Heron. I want to be, play Heron tomorrow, but you know what I'm saying? I want to, you know,
I think it can be a good thing too. Like if I play with this guy in travel ball and then high school ball comes around and he strikes me out and then I got to go back to travel ball and hear about it from him. So it's kind
Yeah.
of like that internal, like I can't let my buddy beat me.
yeah,
You
for
know,
sure.
That's another way to look at it too.
Hey,
I think. Go ahead.
I'll tell you guys. I'm just gonna tell you because now
Russell's bringing it out.
I have to be neutral now. But whenever I was in high school,
Am I supposed to be neutral on here?
you can be whatever. Because I mean, you're not the one.
Yellow.
Your names.
You're not the one going out in the field like I am.
Russ, love you, buddy. Love you,
So
Russ.
I have to say though, I'm neutral now. But I did not like Heron, Murfreesboro, or
He
Carterville.
didn't like Aaron.
Well, I mean, you know why? I mean,
Why? Because they used to kill us in football?
yeah, I mean, you had that.
Well, we
whole-
got in high school, we started beating them.
and I still didn't like West Frankfort. I remember when we lost a JV football game to West Frankfort.
I remember that game.
Me and Lucas Kinsman, we sat there and cried. It's the first time I ever lost to West Frankfort in my whole entire life.
You know who went nuts that
It's
game?
gotta mean something. It's got
Yeah,
to.
I know who went
Has
nuts
to,
that
you
game.
know?
If it doesn't mean something to you, then all this is a sham.
I mean, as a competitor, my motto's always been: if you ain't with me, you're against me.
Yes.
I don't. You know, we can chop it up and have a good time when it's when the dust settles. But if you ain't
Between the
wearing-
lines, man, you're trying
you
to
ain't
kill them.
wearing maroon and
Yeah, I don't like you.
You ain't bought in on what we got going on, then I don't really care.
I mean, aren't your best coaches and players that mentality?
That's as a competitor.
Yeah.
I mean,
If it doesn't bother you, I won't tell you what coach I was talking to the other night. And he told me, he said, we lost a certain game and it wasn't bothering my guys. And he said, I won't say his age, it ate me alive. And they were all, after the game, game's over. I think that's part of a little bit of the travel AAU stuff where, okay, game's
Because
over
they've
now.
become accustomed to it. They play so many games.
They play
more
so many games
Yeah,
that
play
you-
more games. Yeah.
I mean,
you get
Brody's
more used
class
to
of freshmen-
used to losing.
I can name where all those kids are at right now in high schools. And those guys, when they start playing 7U baseball, they're all 14 to 15 now. They've played 1,000 baseball games now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I mean, Trey's class, those guys have played 1,500 baseball games now. And I'm not against, listen, I bought into it. My kids did it. I mean, I got a guy right now who wants my kid to this summer, he's like, hey, we have an AAU basketball team. I know Benton's going to play the whole month of June in basketball, and I know there's going to be baseball in June. I know he's playing travel baseball in June, but there's 2 tournaments. Could he come play? I'm like, praise God. You know, and he loves basketball. I mean, and I'm not knocking that stuff, but I mean, he also plays football at Benton. You know, I mean, it's
Weightlifting.
yeah. There's weightlifting. You know, how many sports did you play at JC?
I played 2.
Basketball, baseball, correct? Yep. You played 3 at Benton. Last year, and I've kicked this horse a trillion times, I'll kick it again. My son was very fortunate to be in an ungodly class of athletes. And those guys, and I could name all of them, they were very, very good athletes. But at the end of the day, Trey Severin, Kyle Thomas, and Grant Owens were the only 3 that played football, basketball, baseball. There was an era in Benton, you might have had 40 guys do that. Not 40, because basketball didn't have that many players, but you know what I'm saying. You know what I'm getting at?
Is that true? There's the only 3?
Yeah, it was 3 guys that played football, basketball, baseball.
Wow.
There was a couple that did.
No, there was guys that did other 3 sports, but
being the 3.
the big 3
Gotcha.
that people think
Gotcha.
of, and I'm gonna have people say, "Well, what about?" I'm impartial to those 3 sports sometimes. Sorry, and I'm not knocking because Lord knows Benton's probably a golf school. It really is. Reggie Norman has done an unbelievable job sending kids to college. And I will never knock that. They've done a tremendous job. Aaron Robinson and the wrestling team is tremendous. They've done a great job with wrestling. The track team with Aaron Webb, Justin Groves,
Brent
what
McClain
Brent
over the
McClain did with cross country. So everyone knows I bleed maroon. And I'm not knocking any of those sports because Gavin, I actually talked to him this week, Gavin Genesio, said he's going to come on the show this summer. Gavin Genesio will probably be an Olympian one day.
Yeah.
I mean,
He's a lot faster than I am.
a lot faster than me. And yeah, but it's just I guess this is where I'm segueing to this next thing. Is specialization good or bad for sports? You can play this both ways.
I think that the more you can play, the better.
You played all 3
It's only going to make you a better competitor.
because you're used a lot. I'm just telling you. I know I'm cutting you off, but your name and Trey Garrett's name are used a lot in Benton when people throw up specialization and they say they both played Division I sports and they played all 3. Because you'll have guys say to me, having a 19-year-old and having a
Well, Guwai, he's
Guwai's a stud. He plays all 3.
just think
In
about
7 days, I'll have a 15-year-old. Okay, so I got a 19-year-old. Is that a B?
Stink bug.
I don't like bees.
Stink
It's a big
bug.
one.
Okay, I don't want to get stung. Austin, if you get stung, it's okay.
Special guest.
Yeah, I mean, special guest on the show, Stanky Leg.
Yes, sir.
Old Stanky Leg up there. But, what was I saying? What are we talking about?
3 sport athletes.
Yeah,
Specialization.
because people say it to me a lot, and I will not name the people. I'd like to, but I've thrown up yours and Trey's name a lot just because I watched you guys grow up, Trey Garrett, because you both, had Division I scholarships in baseball, right? And played all 3 sports. Mm-hmm. So can it be done and still be really good?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, like I said, I think it only makes you a better competitor. I think that you, no matter what the 3 sports or 4, however many sports you can play them.
Play 6.
No, I think for certain kids, there's a time and a place maybe where, you have to kind of be realistic with what's happening and,
Sure.
and what's going on around you. And some kids maybe need that specialization. They realize, hey, I got a chance to do something in this sport, for my future. And sometimes they need that extra time, that extra work. But I think at the end of the day, it keeps you in shape all year round. You're learning how to be a competitor all the time. You're learning to deal with the days that you don't want to do it, but you got to go do it anyways. I mean, we had a lot of guys in my group that were 3 sports. I mean, we played.
You had a bunch. Name some of those guys.
Oh, Mason Childers, Cody Smith.
Yeah.
I mean, all of my guys were 3
Jeff
sport
Johnson's
athletes.
son?
Jared Johnson.
Jared Johnson.
I mean, we had, I want to say 10 or 12 of us.
That played
maybe.
3?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
How was that at JC? You played 2. Were you ever pressured to play 3?
My class, it was a little different because, my 8th grade year, most of our lineup was my class. And then we get to high school and kids start to filter out. And by my senior year, I think I was one of 2 seniors.
Wow.
We had a bunch of juniors.
Sports?
Yeah. In baseball.
Wow.
In basketball.
And how many when you were a kid?
Was kind of the same thing in Johnston City as a football town.
Sure it is.
But yeah, I think that hurt us too. And I was actually supposed to be class of 14,
Okay.
July birthday.
Wow.
All my buddies were in the class below me too, so it was like kind of
Who are the good athletes in the class below you?
Hunter Ziegler, Levi Tanner. I think we had 7 of our 9 play college ball.
College baseball?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah, they were good.
Wow.
They were good.
That's impressive.
Yeah, I remember circling. I mean, we definitely had that game circled my senior year when they came to us. They were ranked. They were ranked decently high in 1A at that time, and we were ranked. I want to say in like the
We were
top
2A.
3 or
We were never 1A.
top. Oh, I thought you guys were 1A.
We
that
were
year.
always 10 kids, 10, 15 kids from being 1A.
Could they not have stayed
every year.
home?
Oh,
You know what I mean? Could they not have
That's
stayed
what I'm saying.
home?
Like, go to Frankfurt, go to Marion.
Russ.
I always look at the enrollments. It's weird. I do want to bring up enrollments. How weird is it to like see all these different school sizes from whenever you were in high school? I mean, whenever my sister was in high school, I mean, the enrollments have just completely shifted. I mean,
Who's your sister?
Alexia,
How old is she?
2019 is when she graduated.
Oh, yeah. I knew that. She's also in my family. Yes. Go ahead. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, knew that.
But the enrollments, they've
been a
shifted.
long day, guys.
They've shifted. I mean, what's it like to just see, I guess, I mean, Harrisburg, I don't know if you noticed, but they're down to 480 something. I mean,
Nobody feels bad for him.
What's
What?
ours? What I don't even know what we are.
What?
about 550.
If that thing
We were
bites me or
just
something.
talking about this on the bus
Get out of here.
the other day. I was asking about some of the sizes of their classes and like what the size of the graduating class was this year and all that. I think I want to say I graduated with like maybe like 120.
What are we at?
maybe?
5 something right now, right? You
About-
always know this.
about-
I ask you these questions. You
about
always know.
570.
Is this thing going to be on the show?
It might be.
I love it. 570.
Yeah, whenever
Okay.
my senior year, we were 604. We had 200. Well, we started out with like 205 kids when we went into high school, and then we ended up with 170, I think.
Here's the 2 schools I think about with this a lot that have changed so much. Both ways. Frankfurt, when I was in school, was bigger than us. So I graduated in 96, and I was starting to say this earlier. They beat us in a lot of sports. They beat us in football, beat us in basketball. I'm class of 96. Beat us in baseball. They were at a really good stretch. And I think they're coming around. But they had some lean years, the last few. And they haven't been as good in basketball. Football has come back. They're getting better in football. Like I said, I think they'll have a really nice football season next year. Baseball sectional final last year. But I threw that stat out. They hadn't won a baseball regional in 20 years. I had Riley House on, and that was one of our questions. They had not won one in 20 years until last year. So I mean, that's a drought, guys. I mean,
Chris
you can
K's
say
got that answer.
Chris K's did get that answer. Chris K's shutter snap photo. But where was I going with this? This was going somewhere. Help me out. That bug's freaked me out. I'm worried he's going to sting me or something. I was worried he was going to take Joe's jersey and knock him
stink
down.
bugs sting
No, as long as it doesn't get smashed, nothing
Doesn't
happens.
smell
Yeah.
bad.
Yeah,
if you smash it.
Yeah. What were we saying?
or you scare it. It's
No,
something.
what were we talking about? Enrollment? Oh,
Enrollment.
the schools that have gone. Austin's
Yeah.
like, Travis, come on, get
Yeah.
back on tangent here. I'm still thinking about Bubbles' catch. I mean, Bubbles' catch, and I was catch of the year.
Absolutely.
We're getting him a ball for God.
I'm looking at school
Jacob
now.
Ramsey. Jacob Ramsey. But
2019-20 West Ringford 504. Now they're down to 420.
they're down to 420, which was the big holiday for people a couple days ago. What? But not editing and Ballin4God.
Ballin4God.
The Lord, I'm not for sure what his take is on that, but I would pray and ask about it. But here's where I'm going. You talk about Carterville being Black Diamond. Now they're way bigger than people.
Yeah.
I mean, they're one of your bigger river to river schools. You go.
They're
I
actually
know
the
this
biggest.
from having buddies from over there. You
Oh,
go back
really?
25 years. They're like
Sam coming,
350.
Second.
And I'll look at them now. How much is Carterville up to?
They're up to 660.
They were in the
Biggest
300s back
person.
when I was growing up. They were in the Black Diamond for a long
They're
time.
bigger in Heron now.
Frankfurt, I know a lot of guys from over in Frankfurt. They'll tell you they were above 700 enrollment back in the day. Above 700. And now what are they at now? Would you say 420-ish? I mean,
SEMA told me that they're at like almost 800 when he was in there.
how about people not knowing when I brought up on the show that SEMA used to run Taco John's? How about people not knowing that?
It's a fun fact.
It's a great fun fact right there.
Callahan say he ran Papa Murphy's too.
Callahan ran Papa Murphy's also. Is that where Joe's Pizza is now?
Yeah.
Where Trey Severin works 2 days a week in Marion?
Tuesdays and Thursdays, right?
He does. He works in Marion, and he says he enjoys working in Marion. Yeah. And he works at the Benton
They
store.
give good tips. I mean, that's a.
They do, man. There's certain areas of Marion that you guys are doing well. But, here's my thing, and I'm going to say it to you guys. Russ loves high school sports. I mean, he started this as a freshman, got involved with Darren Kennard. You guys both know who Darren Kennard is, a staple of Southern Illinois sports, with Channel 3 forever now.
River Radio Sports Central.
River Radio Sports Central.
Sports
I wanted to
Central.
make sure I had it right. River Radio Sports Central. Darren and I Darren used to come on my sports show that Tyler's been on before. And yeah, remember that day? We interviewed you a long time ago. Sports show I used to do at QRL.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I actually I
Cross-run.
forgot to bring that up too. When I
You've
I
been
remember
interviewed.
that.
Across from the bad Circle K.
Yeah, that's a scary Circle K. A lot of
The West City Circle K, it's a good
A lot
one.
of warrants at that Circle K across from where QRL was. But that's just from having a lot of friends that are cops. But, I say this a lot. When the Cappies were on last week, we talked about it. I've talked about it with basketball coaches because that's when I started doing this with Russ. Russ loves high school sports. He loves it, right? Yeah. You guys know that. I mean, that's a passion of mine. We don't have pro sports in this area. And these sports to people mean that jersey behind you guys. And that means so much to people, and that's the part that I think is cool about what we're able to do, and having coaches on. You had a couple of track athletes on actually earlier this week that'll be on the show as well. That's really cool. Like, talk about that part about being in communities. I mean, I know you didn't grow up in Benton, but you have a connection to Benton. You grew up, 12 miles from here. You're back in your hometown coaching. How cool is the community aspect of sports this area?
Go ahead.
I think it's like, that's what makes Southern Illinois sports special is like, I could drive 30 minutes and go watch a sectional game, two teams that I know.
And stand next to me.
Not two random teams, You hear about every good athlete. You learn people's families, and they get intertwined, and it's just, I don't know, I think that's the cool part about being from a small town.
You love sports other than, I've seen you at a lot of ball games.
Big Duke basketball fan.
Big Duke guy.
Yep.
This is done.
Big Duke guy.
He's a Cub fan and a Duke guy.
Ever since J.J. Redick.
Do you know why that's blue and white? Russell's a diehard UK fan.
Yeah. I gotta get my hands off this table then.
Yeah, get off there.
I should have worn my Christian Leitner jersey.
Oh,
then.
I puked.
I still hate Christian.
I hate it. Wasn't that a show? Wasn't that a documentary?
Yeah, we had to watch. Coach Hobbs had to turn that on for us.
Jason Hobbs is going to be mad.
He couldn't believe it. He had to turn that on for our sports history class.
Christian Leitner was hated. Bobby.
He had to watch that 4
Can I
times.
say flipping? Bobby flipping Hurley. Oh, my, you liked all those guys?
You said you're a LeBron guy, so it's
I am
just
a
like
LeBron
LeBron.
guy.
Like, you either
I
love him or
know.
you hate him.
I know. Here's the thing about Duke I've always had trouble with. They just win. I think I was just jealous. I was just jealous.
I keep
that they
meeting
won
more
all the
Duke
time.
fans, and I don't like it.
You what?
I keep meeting more Duke fans, and I don't like it.
Because they win. They win. That's why people
Here it
like
comes
them.
again.
You don't like it.
That
That bug don't
stinking
like it
stink,
either.
Bug don't like them. So Duke and the Cubs?
Duke and
Who do you like in
Cubs.
the NFL? The Steelers?
I used to be a Colts fan when Peyton Manning was there.
Well,
but
I
when
ain't
he
gonna knock
left-
that.
I don't
When
know
he
why it doesn't
left,
just
I
settle
just
down.
stopped having a team, and I watch games every Sunday. I watch college football games every Saturday.
Okay, college team. Football, college football,
I
you
don't
got?
have a college team either.
Nobody?
I
I'm
got
a
a buddy-
diehard Notre
got a
Dame.
buddy
I'm
that's
diehard
a-
Notre Dame.
Ohio State fan, so
Oh!
I tend to cheer for them a little bit.
The book. My brother-in-law, Joe Hake. Joe, I said your name on the show. Joe Hake is a big, big Buckeye fan. And I took him to the Illinois. I took him, a Buckeye fan, to watch the number one team in the country, his Buckeyes, play Illinois this year.
Mm-hmm.
And I had to sit there, and half the stupid stadium was Buckeye fans. I jump on U of I's bandwagon.
hear that
when they're good.
OH?
I love when U of I's good. I love the Illini. When they're bad, I'm like, I don't know who I really like. But when they're good, I'm like,
Yeah, my sister and brother-in-law went down to Houston.
They were there. They sent me a picture.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're.
Your sister cheered for U of I.
She did.
It's
Yeah.
getting wild.
What is Russell? Kill that thing.
Going back to the talking about the small community high school
Yeah,
sports stuff.
hit that. Not the.
I think what you guys do, what you do, and this being your passion, it's incredible because I remember going to
I'm
school.
trying to listen to you. It's just this bug.
I know it's all over.
Should we stop for a
between
second
between
and kill
talk,
it?
between talking to
Where'd it
Travis
go?
and watching this
Yeah,
bug?
let's try it.
Stop this real quick. We're gonna go back into you talking about community stuff.
I think what you guys do is awesome. Being able to, it's just something that you wouldn't be able to do in a bigger area. You know
You
what I
wouldn't
mean?
care as much.
Yeah, no,
I remember going to school at Bradley, and I've got all of my teammates really are from your big 4A high schools in Chicago suburbs, and I remember talking I remember pulling up like, you know, video clips from WSL News and like we used to have the Talking Sports with Philly Snap, you know. Like that stuff's awesome. Like they couldn't believe that you get that type of coverage as a high school athlete, and it's awesome for the kids and all over Southern Illinois. So yeah, I think it's great to see what you guys do, and especially your passion for it, and keep doing it.
I think it's awesome what he does, and I just get to piggyback off this. I mean, I've been very proud of him since he got involved. You know, when my boys got older, I got out of this. You know, I was big into high school sports, you know, doing Benton games, and hosted a show with Jim Muir. I hosted a show called The Fifth Quarter, where I used to interview guys after ball games. We used to do it out at Applebee's. You know, and on Friday nights we would interview. You know, I would interview different radio broadcasters about the games, and then Saturday morning Jim would have a show, Saturday Morning Talking Sports, where he would interview coaches. So I would interview Friday night on the Fifth Quarter after games from Applebee's, or sometimes at the studio, depending if it was a home game or away game for Benton. You couldn't do that in those big areas.
No, nobody.
You know,
I don't think anybody cared.
I still talk to Brett Blondie, and Brett's at Cathedral, which is huge. Division I athletes everywhere, boys and girls. You can pick the sports. They're not having a show like this up there. That's a humongous high school.
They're probably more likely to have like a in-school newscast. You know what I mean? Sure. Like a news class or whatever it may be.
And then nothing against any of that, but I think that's what makes our area so cool.
I agree.
When
I love it.
I haven't even told you this yet, but you know, when I got a hold of you and said, hey man, let's start doing this show. I love what you do. I think it's super cool. I miss this. I missed doing this stuff. And I'm in La Fiesta last night, and I go inside because I'm like a little kid, and I always ask if I can eat outside. They're like, well, the patio's closed. I'm like, not for me, is it? Like, all right, you can go out there. I love to eat outside.
I mean, if you walk in wearing that shirt, they'll let
They
you
think I work
you
there.
want. You get your own refills and everything.
Not a coincidence. He was at La Fiesta last night.
Perfect. That's why I wore it. Subconsciously, that's why I wore the shirt today. So, a lady, you don't even know this yet. The only person that knows the story is Melissa K. Severin. This lady stops me, and I'm a nobody. And she said, are you on Ballin4God? And I said, yes. She goes, we're from Louisville. Where's Louisville? Is that over by North Clay?
Yeah, it's North Clay Loot.
Okay.
Yeah.
She said, we're from North Clay. She's sitting there, family, and the lady watches this, so thank you for watching us. She said she'd watch the next show. I told her to be on Thursday night. And she says, I like what you guys do, and we really have followed Nathaniel Marlowe and really proud of him. I mean, just caught me off guard. I mean, I'm in La Fiesta. I'm, you know, old man, walking in my bag. Probably got the same outfit on I had last night. My Crocs that stink. And this lady's like, I mean, if we're doing this show in wherever, people don't, you know? I mean, that's the cool part of this is I love having all the coaches and the athletes on here, and I think they appreciate it. I think coaches appreciate it. I think I'll never forget Shrunk, my man from Sparta. Shunk, my man from Sparta. Where's his name up there? There he is.
Shunk Dog.
Dariantes Monroe. Yeah, I mean, he was awesome on there. That kid's smile. I mean, you're from Sparta. You've never had someone interviewing you, putting you on a, you know what I mean? Like, it was cool. I mean, that's the part to me that I don't care about the money and all that stuff, man. I mean, that's good. Hey, listen, awesome for guys. You know, I had a dream of mine a long time ago on ESPN and all that, and that's awesome. I watch that stuff nonstop.
Well, ESPN's about to get us on there. They're going to.
Yeah, I wouldn't even do it. Well, I mean, yes, we would. But, but you know what I'm saying.
Speak for yourself.
Yes. Russ's like, if they sign me, I'm going. But, you know, that's the cool part of being able to do this. You know, next week we'll have guys on. We'll have Coop on.
Hopefully.
Yeah, hopefully we'll have him, you know, Luke Cooper will come on and talk about, you know, getting the Mount Vernon. I mean, this phone's got 3,000 contacts in it. If we're in other areas, I can't just randomly call you guys and say, hey, will you come on the show?
Yeah.
You know, they'll be like, we're got. I mean, Tyler did change the schedule 9 times on me, but twice. I changed it too.
We collectively changed it twice, I think.
Yeah, thanks a lot. Thanks a lot.
No, I love Southern Illinois. I think it's awesome. I think I do wish that some of it would go back to how it used to be a little bit back in the early 2010s, 2000s, which I guess it's probably I see it wishing it'd go back that way because I'm actually doing it now, so I don't see all this stuff going up. But I don't know. I really liked watching all those Sports Extra videos back.
Yes.
Then, like, I go back through there and I have like a whole playlist on YouTube, and I keep adding one every time I see one go up. I know they don't upload them anymore, but you see a whole archive on this one guy's YouTube page, and it's different. I don't know how to explain it, but
Yeah.
there just is something different to it.
There's a lot of those sports extras that I
Yes.
wish that I could get my hands on too. You know, just
Maybe
like
Darren's
just,
got them somewhere.
No,
There's
they
not-
that
don't
was
have
like
any
a-
I'm
more.
sure he does.
That was
No.
Darren said they got
Sports Extra was awesome.
I forgot one of the people that bought it out got rid of them. Like all the archive of WSIL.
Yeah.
Are you serious?
Anything that's up on YouTube right now, that's the only archive that is out there right now.
Channel 3, hey, what PSD does, what KVS 12 does, awesome what they do. But Sports Extra back in the day, I mean, I remember people rushing home.
Rocking.
You're rushing home
yeah.
to get home and watch.
Oh yeah.
And you couldn't watch it on your phone like you can now.
No, you
No,
had to
yeah,
actually
you had
bust
to-
your tail home to get home by 10:35. 10:35 was the time it was coming on.
Yep.
Because the news was at 10, and it would come on, and it was a big deal. I'm going to circle back because Lord knows I get off on tangents too much, and I haven't, and it's my fault. Talk about your team this year. I mean, do you guys mind?
We're
I mean,
our 10 minutes in. We're just
yeah.
not to start.
Our
Yeah, I
team
was
is-
just saying,
I
we've
mean,
been in it.
we're 8-8, but I mean, some of the players, some of the guys. Talk about your seniors. Your just the program in general, how it's going right now. I didn't. I'm sorry for the Benton fan out there that
It's been great, honestly. It's been great. Basketball team makes a deep run, so you're kind of chomping at the bit to get those guys.
and everybody
with ya.
expected that.
Yeah. That's awesome. I love seeing our kids have the success that they have, no matter what sport it is. It only makes
Makes you
what
better.
we're trying to do, helps us in that sense of, them being competitors and having a little chip on their shoulders. But kids have been great. It's been a battle since day one, just trying to kind of change the expectations and just kind of get guys to kind of just buy into what it is that we're trying to accomplish. Good group of seniors. It kind of helps lead the way a little bit in terms of being vocal and being leaders with the guys. Had a big get back guy this year with Nolan Schaefer.
Yeah, he's had a great
He's been
first 16 games for you.
amazing to have back. Just a true competitor. We've joked back and forth about it throughout the course of the season, and he actually just the other day had mentioned, he's like, I'm kind of finally starting to feel like a baseball player. I'm like, man, I think you've always been a baseball player. You just you just may not have known it.
Sure.
But
You
yeah,
can track
I mean,
a ball. Woo!
We got a good group. We really do. And I think we're kind of right where we want to be. I think that things are the fact that we've pitched it and played defense the way that we have. Which, if you would have asked me back in August, I would have told you, hey, we're going to pitch it. We're going to play really good defense, and as the year goes on, we're going to find a way to manufacture some runs. And I think we're starting to get there. Starting to put the ball in play, starting to be able to kind of utilize some offensive situations and things of that nature. And I know it probably makes him feel a lot better about things when that's happening because
Give me some run support.
we're putting together all these game plans and doing this and doing that, and it's tough when you go into a game and you give up 1 run or 2 runs and there's not any run support to help. But I also think that helps us down the stretch. I think that there's a lot about being on the field and having to make sure that you understand that every pitch matters.
Yeah.
You can't take any pitches off. So the fact that we've been in all these close ball games, with the exception of last night, we've been in all these close ball games. Maybe not been on the winning side of all these close ball games, but down the stretch, I think it matters. I think that all the close losses that we've had, I think they start to add up, and you start to kind of reap the benefits of some of the learning experiences through those.
I think for the general fan that they look at our record 8-8, it's like, okay, they're average, right? But I think we very easily could be 13-3.
Sure.
And I hope the kids realize that too, and I think they're starting to realize how close we are with just at bats getting better, continuing to pitch well, defense has gotten better, kids are starting to find their positions, what they're confident in. And it goes a long way. And I will back him up. He did say back in the fall that we were going to pitch and play defense well, and that was going to be our cornerstone.
Hitting a baseball is the hardest thing to do in sports.
Yeah,
Not
like
taking
I
away
said,
from
you
your
hit the
pitcher.
ball,
I agree with
really,
that, too.
really well. You hit the ball really hard, right on the screws, and they're there for a reason. You got 9 guys out there on defense, and the whole goal is for them to get you out. And hitters, you just got to eventually the ball's gonna fall.
For sure.
Doing the right things.
I've got to ask because I know a lot of people watching baseball or just a lot of casual people. They don't realize what all goes into game plan of baseball. I mean, basketball, they know. You got a lot of stuff you got to prepare for. Football, got a lot of stuff you got to prepare for. But what exactly goes into a baseball game plan for you guys? I obviously don't share the secrets, nothing like that. But
I would like you to.
but how do you guys prepare for a game?
I will say that I'm guessing that it's much more difficult to come across a video at the high school baseball than it is in football and basketball. You know what I mean? Everybody's got a huddle. Everybody's got an FHS network.
Yeah.
Whereas baseball, I mean, you're doing some digging. A lot of teams do live stream on Game Changer and stuff like that. But then those things are locked. Just a lot of digging, a lot of talking to connections that you have with other teams, or just trying to get whatever information it is that you can. And if you can find some video, you watch as much of that video as
That video
we
may have
possibly
like
can.
a net line in the middle of it. It's
Or a
like,
bar or
yeah,
Yeah, it's tough.
But Game Changer helps. The Max Preps is definitely more updated than we were in high school.
Oh,
so
for
you can,
sure,
You can
yeah.
get numbers from that.
Yeah.
And this is my first year coaching, so I didn't know how much would be involved at the high school level as far as like prep before a game. But I found myself now in a rhythm. Like, I'll be looking at stuff for the game the next day, and I look down at the time. It's like, shoot, it's almost 1 o'clock. I gotta get up at 5 o'clock to go to work tomorrow. It's like, yeah, I've been pretty tired.
Do you love it though?
It's worth it. I love it.
Absolutely.
Like tonight, I'm gonna go home and get ready for
Absolutely.
Heron tomorrow, and I kind of can't wait.
Absolutely.
It's just that again, that goes back to the chess game of baseball, the chess game of pitching, things like that.
Any more sports stuff before I go to the stuff I like to talk about last part of it?
I do want to ask.
Go ahead, Russ.
We
It's
asked,
your show.
We asked Cal and Lane, and this could be for college, whatever, high school. Favorite hitting park and favorite pitching park.
Ooh, I like this question.
All that.
I like this question.
That's tough. You got any off the top of your head? Do you have do you have one?
I mean, I just think to college, and I didn't hit in college, so I can't say much there. But when I pitched, the Itch was a good place to pitch at. Like,
graveyard.
the Valley teams hated coming to. I mean,
Why?
we had it just
so
didn't
big.
fly there. It sat down in a little bowl a little bit. The wind always blows in. It's a little bit bigger than what you'd think. And like, we'd have Dallas Baptist, who's a powerhouse, and hit tons of home runs. And they come in there and they're bat flipping fly ball to our center fielder. It's like, yeah, and it's fun when you see that. I pitched at Mississippi State, pitched at TCU, so those were like two big ones that stand out to me.
They put a few guys in the league.
Yeah, a couple.
Yeah.
I as a pitcher, I didn't pitch past high school, so
Where was your favorite place to pitch in high school?
whichever one I didn't give up a homer in, probably. I mean, I don't know.
Like to pitch, did you like to pitch at home?
I'll be-
Evaldi or no?
No, but for the same reason that I'll be partial and say that might have been my favorite all-time hitting park.
I know.
Cracker Jack box.
I mean, I didn't want to say
It is
the
what
show.
it is what it is, Which, I mean, it's really not a whole lot smaller than most of your high school. I mean, there's
Center is a little.
There's some
350 is a little smaller than
Where were we
some.
just at the other day that was like 350 to center? We've been to a couple. There's been a couple places we've been this year that are like a lot smaller than I would have
I mean,
thought.
you go to Galatian, it's like 270 on the line or
264.
something crazy. Yeah.
That's Russ knows. Russ
Yeah.
knows. Russ's dad graduated from there.
Yeah, I don't really know. I mean, obviously played a lot of nice parks in college,
Sure.
And in pro ball, but it's hard to say. I mean, hitting's hard. Hitting's hard.
Hitting is hard.
I will say the coolest stadium I've probably ever played in was Staten Island, New York. Played against the Staten Island Yankees. You look out over like right center field. And it's straight water into Manhattan skyline. It's pretty cool. Pretty cool.
I got one on hitting. I'm gonna ask you, and I was talking about pitching earlier. Lincecum was not a big guy, and I thought it was amazing how he could win. We were talking about Lucas Dunn, the stats he's putting up, as hard as he's throwing it.
And hit 200 career strikeouts this past
200
week.
career strikeouts. Tyson Sample's one of my best friends. We work together, and Tyson's son, Chris plays for West Frankfort. Tyson coaches a really good travel team. He's like me. He's crazy about Game Changer. He'll probably be calling me tonight, and we'll be talking just because that's what we like to do. And, I love watching, our high school baseball teams and athletes and all that stuff. But here's what I ask you about hitting. You did not weigh very much in high school.
No.
And what'd you weigh, honestly? 156?
My first weigh-in at Bradley, so in the fall of 2012, I believe that I stepped on the scale for my first weigh-in at like 153. I think I was like 6'3", 153. And
Anorexic.
they told me then, I vividly remember, he looked at me, he said 195. So goal weight, 195.
Yeah.
I'm like, 195? 40 pounds, you know? Like,
man.
I can't imagine
It's
what
a lot of
that would look
McDonald's.
like.
A lot of McDonald's.
I'd like to go back to 195 now.
Me
You know?
too. All four of us? How did you generate? I'm just going to ask. I mean, I know because I'm a stat freak. And I beat it into my boys' heads. I mean, I'm not going to do it because it's weird. I could rattle off your senior stats right now. How'd you hit 16 home runs in a season, weighing 150 pounds? Most 150-pounders don't hit 16 home runs.
It's more than Jake Kinston.
Yeah. And Jake weighed 230 probably.
I think a lot of it kind of was just
Bat speed?
Yes, bat speed, ability to use what you have. I mean, I played a lot of baseball growing up. You know,
There's a lot of people that play a lot of baseball that didn't hit 16 home runs.
You're right. I think a lot of it too is just mentality. Over time, you know, you start to compete more and more, and you continue to have good results, and you trust the work. I mean, I worked my tail off.
You hit
growing
24/7,
up,
didn't you?
Worked my tail off through high school, and
I've heard stories of
you
guys
gotta-
tell me you drove down to places right after basketball practices, right after football practices, and
Oh yeah. I just, you know, it's you gotta trust the work. It's hard to get results or expect results when you haven't put in the preparation for it, you know. But when you do prepare, it's easier to go out there and just have confidence and have fun in what you do.
I think people. I'm gonna say this is my last thing because people know I love LeBron. I'm bringing my little LeBron thing in here next time. I can't believe I don't have one of his up here.
Get it in.
But you know, people could say whatever they want about Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, LeBron. Probably three of the greatest. You know, people say Michael's the best. I'm a LeBron guy, but I'm not going to knock anyone that says Michael Jordan's the best. Their work ethic was unparalleled. I mean, LeBron James at 41 is playing like he's 26 years old. That's not just, oh, he's got good genetics. Okay. There's a lot of 6'8" guys that aren't doing this at 41. He has worked his butt off,
Mm-hmm.
and they talk about the endless hours of weightlifting and running and nutrition and all the stuff. He has $1 million hyperbaric chamber he sleeps in and stuff. I mean, you know what I'm saying? I mean, there's so much more of this than is just, yes, the best of the best are blessed with athleticism. But I'm trying to beat this into people's
Discipline.
heads. The discipline of it,
Yeah.
if you don't have that work ethic and that grind mentality,
Yeah. I think too, it's more than just the work ethic it takes to like get the skill work in. It's the discipline that it takes to recover and you know, go home after a workout and, you know, put the compression sleeves on the legs and you know, get the proper nutrition and this
Yeah.
and that. Like, it's a lot easier just to go to McDonald's. It's a lot easier to
Trab
you know,
Eats.
it's a lot easier to open up a can of Mountain Dew than it is to drink a water or a protein shake. You know, I think that's a big part of it too. And circling back to you asking about, like, you know, ability to hit and all that, I had a lot of really, really, really good people in my corner
for sure.
as coaches.
Name some of
throughout.
those guys that who shaped you into the baseball player you're able to become.
A little bit of everybody that I played for. I grew up playing for pretty much up until junior high age, up until like 6th, 7th grade. It was strictly pretty much my dad and Jeff Roper.
Two decent ones to have as coaches.
Got the junior high ball, and it became Coach Norman, Coach Reggie Norman, Coach Aaron Cantrell.
Wow, I forgot that.
Got into high school, and it became Brett Blondie. Then continuing travel ball, playing with St. Louis Pirates up there. A guy named Rick Strickland, who was kind of deep in the pro ball. I've just, you know, I've had a lot of. Bobby Simpson gave me lessons throughout majority of my life, and man, I owe him. I hope he knows. You know, we talk, and I've, you know, made sure that he knows how I feel about him. But yeah, I owe him a lot.
Austin?
He was my hitting guy too, so same thing. Me and Hunter Ziegler would go down there at 9 o'clock after a basketball game and hit, in the off season. And I mean, just the coolest guy. You could always relate to him. If you wanted to do something different with your swing than he wanted you to do it, he would listen to you and maybe
Wow.
tell you why you're wrong, and not every hitting coach is going to do that. You
Sure.
know, he was very relatable, very cool, very laid back. Hunter Ziegler's dad, Charlie, he still helps with pitching at Johnston City, and they've had some good pitchers come through there since I've been there.
They have a lot of good pitching in Johnston City.
And this guy, I mean, like he owns his family owns a body shop in Marion. Like that's his full-time job, and he would be showing up to the park and working drills. He'd be watching videos of mechanic stuff and teaching. And that's how I started to learn.
This is stuff I love. I love this stuff.
Yeah, so I owe that guy a lot. Everything I learned all the way up until college, and then when I got to college, of course, worked with PJ Finnegan, who was, drafted, played in the Tigers organization.
Sure.
So I think he head coaches at Lindenwood now. So I learned a lot from him. And that's the thing about baseball is you always have those guys that you can usually reach back to at some point and talk baseball again.
Russ, last couple of questions here. You know where we're going. We've done it the last couple of weeks. Start with rope and cross.
We gotta ask.
Gotta ask.
You guys like food? I assume
course.
you've been living for a while.
My man, Russ.
We gotta ask, Chick-fil-A or Cane's, and what do you guys prefer here?
Chick-fil-A all day. Chick-fil-A all day.
I'm 100% Cane's guy.
Oh! Okay, now you gotta back it up. Why
Chick-fil-A,
Chick-fil-A?
grilled nugs, man. That Polynesian, that sweet and spicy sriracha. Come on now.
Fire.
I think with Cane's, it's obviously the sauce. Like you could dip the cardboard box in the sauce if you wanted to and make it good. I have the Chick-fil-A sauce in my fridge at all times, so I do.
See, I don't even
partial to
really
that.
love the Chick-fil-A sauce.
Really?
I mean,
Yeah.
I'll eat it. It's not my favorite though.
But with Cane's,
sweet
it's
spicy
like
sriracha.
the hit on them is like, well, all they got is chicken. It's like, well, that's all they need.
They perfect it.
They do it well. The bread's good. I mean,
They're open late.
I like Cane's
Yeah.
for.
Russ always talks about them being open late.
I like the Cane's for the convenience of being open late. I like Chick-fil-A because the variety. That's kind of my thoughts on it.
Every once in a while, I mess with like one of those chicken cool wraps that they got.
That's what Melissa
Feel a little
is.
healthy,
Melissa Seven gets
Chick-fil-A is a little bit cleaner. You feel a little bit better after eating it. That is the thing about Chick-fil-A.
Okay, best pizza. Let's go. What's your go-to pizza?
I'm partial to Quattros. I mean, I was an SIU
Weren't
guy.
the Cappies Quattros guys?
yeah.
I think Waltz is
They were.
Waltz
is a top tier place.
I'm
for
a
Southern
Waltz guy.
Illinois,
I
too.
like Quattros. All right, your Waltz Quattros.
Shout out Joe's.
Shout out Joe's.
Shout out
Joe's.
Joe's Pizza. Shout out Joe's Pizza.
Pizza and pasta.
Trey 7, bring me some of that.
Trey, where you at, bud?
That's
Come on
Wednesday
now.
night, so call him tomorrow night. He'll get some.
Tomorrow night he might be in Marion, but he'll get you. I don't know. He might be in Benton tomorrow. I'm not for sure. He did tell me his schedule. Who knows? He's probably on his cards.
I gotta ask. So you guys traveled a lot with baseball.
Starks. We're not talking food anymore.
No, we're still talking food.
Thank you, Jesus.
We don't
Ball
gas
forgot.
station
Thank you,
order.
Jesus.
You traveled a lot with baseball. Have you guys had the opportunity to like go out into the city and just have a good place to eat at? Like, what's the best place you've ate at while being on the road during baseball?
Okay.
That's a good question.
Did they ever take you guys anywhere cool or just make you eat on the bus? Crap.
That's a good question. In you could think in college. I remember, like we would always do. You leave on Thursday for the Friday, Saturday, Sunday series, and they would always have somewhere that Coach Lyons was always our food guy. He's the head coach at SIUE now. He was he was our hitting coach at Bradley at the time. Yeah. But he would always pick out something. It usually became. Like if you went to the same place year after year, it kind of trickled down because like if they went somewhere and it was 10 years ago or whatever, and they would continue to go there if it was good. In pro ball, it was a lot of gas station orders. The gas station order. Go to Sheetz over up in the northeast area. You got your Sheetz, you got your Wawas down in the southeast. A lot of candy, stuff like that. I don't really remember like going out on my own a whole lot though. Like when we were in towns, travel is difficult. Like once you get to the hotel, no matter where you're at, it's hard to get around just because you don't have the luxury of just hopping in the car and going somewhere. It might show our age. Uber wasn't quite.
You'd usually have to walk somewhere close,
Yeah.
unless you collectively got on the bus as a team and went somewhere.
Yeah.
But I think the. Yep.
Nice.
11 years ago.
Nice.
Our thing was like you always play a Friday night game, so we'd usually do pizzas, that was kind of awesome. You got your own pizza to yourself after the game. That was a Friday night thing, and then after the game, Saturday day game, you would get meal money.
Yes,
Now,
meal money.
if you lost, you
Do
probably
we get meal
wouldn't
money on here? Tyler would probably take
Get
kids
a
meal
little bit.
money.
I don't know about the funds. I don't know anything about that. But yeah, if you lost, you wouldn't get as much. If you won, then coaches were feeling good. They'd hand you a little bit more, and then
I like that.
you'd be going to a sit-down place as opposed to like a, just
Wawa?
like Chipotle. Or
They give you
something.
cash. Was it always cash?
It was cash.
See, we always had a card. Like
Oh.
we had a student ID card that also doubled as like a credit card for on-campus stuff. So they would just pile money onto there for us.
That's nice.
Yeah, but you couldn't take it out of cash.
Don't you guys wish you'd
Can't
have
play
grown
cards on the
Hey,
bus, you
don't
know?
you guys wish you could have grown up in the NIL world?
I couldn't imagine. I really.
We haven't even touched on
Would
that.
you stay at Bradley all 4 years?
Do you blame guys
No.
that jump around?
If the transfer portal existed, no, I don't know. I think I can realistically say. I mean, I played my freshman year. I experienced losing like I've never experienced in my life. We went 2-19 in the Missouri Valley Conference my freshman year. We won our first Sunday game of the year in the conference, and we won our last Sunday game in the conference, and we lost 17 in between them.
That sounds terrible.
Now, mind you, we also had the NCAA Division I batting title holder in Mike Talkman as a senior on that team.
Mike
who
Talkman, who's still in the
in
major
big
leagues.
Just had a meniscus situation with the Mets, I believe he's
Yep.
with now. Was drafted by the Rockies. He's been with a lot of
Yankees,
a lot of
yeah.
teams. But yeah, I mean, we had a
Is he a Cubby? Was
we had
Talkman a
tough
Cub
go
for a
at
while?
that
He
first
was,
year. He
yeah.
was a Cub for a little bit. He's a Chicago guy.
2 years ago, maybe.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, but it was impossible. I mean, they make it almost impossible back then with you have to sit out a full year. There's really no way around it unless your current coach, resigns or, a new coach gets hired. So, I mean, ultimately, I would have never wanted to have to sit out. It's like we'll just roll the punches and see what happens, which it paid off because we ended up, 2 years later, my junior year, we made a regional. Got to play out in the Louisville regional, Louisville, Michigan, and Morehead State, and that's the best Bradley team in a long, long time. I mean, I think it'd been like I want to say like 60 years or
I got to go. Did you
something
know that?
years
you
since
told
they
me
had played in an NCAA tournament. So
Your uncle got to watch you there too.
kind of got to be a full circle of kind of changing the culture of the program and all that. So yeah.
Cool experience.
Kind of got lost on the question.
I don't even know. It's
I don't even know what the
awesome.
question was, to be honest.
I don't either.
But I will say the Valley, very
Place to
underrated.
eat or something? I don't even know where we were at.
Very underrated. Now, not so much anymore because there's been so many teams that have moved in and out.
Oh, the Valley's changed so much,
The
even
Valley
since the two of you have been out of school.
Yeah, the Valley was very underrated.
Was Creighton still in it your freshman year?
Creighton moved out right before my freshman year, I think.
Yeah, so there's another cool experience too. Creighton was in the Missouri Valley Conference my freshman year. It was the first year that TD Ameritrade Park was built. So Creighton
nice.
plays their home games at TD Ameritrade, which is home of the College World Series.
Sure it is, yeah.
I was lucky enough to our freshman year. Our series was out there, so I got to go. I
think your mom went to that.
stadium. I'm sure she went to everywhere.
She did.
She did. I don't know if she missed more than maybe 5 games. In all
That's
4
cool as a
years.
parent to be able to say that.
Yeah,
You know.
I mean, she did a lot. I remember there was a stretch of games one year where we were out at Wichita State. It may have been a conference tournament situation, and she was like going back and forth every night, coming back to work, and then, hey, you got the day off. We got a day off tomorrow because we won today. So she would go back to school and then come back the next day all the way out to Wichita. I'm like, you crazy. He ain't got to come,
Wichita, Dallas Baptist, Missouri State was really good. They're still good. They're good again this year.
Now.
Yeah, I mean, I can think of
A lot of those teams have left now.
Yeah.
I can think of guys that are playing in the pros still to this day that were almost on
yeah.
every single team that were in the Valley.
Austin, who's the best guy you pitched against?
That I faced, probably Alec Boehm, third baseman for the Phillies.
I know
he
he was
is.
at Wichita.
I know
He
he
was a
is.
stud.
He was just a
That's
sophomore,
crazy.
and I'm like, who's this 6'6" guy walking?
Wow.
He hit a double off
He
me
was
off the
a
wall.
stud.
But there was the Gillespie brothers from
Yep,
Wichita
Wichita.
State.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Shockers were
Matheny's
beasts, man.
son played
Yeah.
at Missouri State.
Sure, Missouri State.
Jake Berger.
Yeah.
Jake Berger's
He
still
gets played-
Yeah.
It's a
Jake
lot.
Berger's still Texas Rangers right
It's a
now.
lot
He's
of
still
home
tearing it
runs.
up
Jake
right
Berger
now.
still hits homers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where did Berger play?
Missouri State.
Really? Okay.
They were really good.
They were with.
They hit a lot of home runs.
Him and I think didn't they break the record for most home runs?
Spencer
in the-
Johnson. Him and Spencer Johnson.
Who's the best guy you've
And,
played against?
Oh, lot of those same guys.
Same guy. Well, because you're close. Same years. At the
In
Valley.
pro ball, there was some I mean, I was low levels, but there were some like big name veteran guys that were making rehab.
Sure.
Jose Reyes was making a
Wow.
rehab situation
Sure.
at one point. Got to play against him, but yeah, a lot of those same guys that you don't
I
realize
think
at the
pitchers
time.
like that you may face, Kyle Freeland for
Kyle
Evansville.
Freeland.
He's a starter for the Rockies.
Oh,
for
sure,
several
yeah.
years.
Yep,
That's
Kyle
crazy.
Freeland.
Sean Manea was at Indiana State.
Manea had so much potential. What's happened to him?
I think he had elbow problems.
Yeah, I
I
mean,
think he came back and he's been doing all right.
Is he now? But he was dominant there for a while. I mean, you look at some of the stats he had a few years ago. He was.
You think that's what happened to Matt Spencer?
I want to talk about Matt Savanson on here, Russ. I'm not what's his ERA now? 30.
Probably 15.
I'll shout out a Saluki too, Sam Coonrod, who's from Carrollton.
Okay. Where's he at now?
Well, he's been hurt. He had some forearm issues, elbow issues.
He was in the league,
He
right?
He came up with the Phillies,
Yeah.
and here's your debut. Chris Bryant, Javi Baez, Anthony Rizzo, and I'm pretty sure he struck out the side against him.
Oh,
Wow.
But yeah, this guy was just unreal. And then I think he went and played for another team for a little bit, but he had some injuries, and I don't think he's signed right now.
Was Hairston there when you were at SIU?
No, that was
Is he way older?
yeah. He's
Is he
way
that?
older.
Is he way older than you? Okay.
Yeah.
People forget that Jerry Hairston played at SIU.
Steve Finley too.
Steve Finley, yeah, obviously Steve Finley, Paducah guy. Steve Finley was.
It's crazy to think all those guys that came out of the Valley.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
I was
obviously you guys.
loaded in the 4 years that I was there.
Ryan Howard played at Missouri State.
Yeah.
Decent
And-
power.
Heck, I wanna say my freshman year-
Howard.
He was
Did you
This
face
is what
him?
I heard. No,
No,
this
he's older. That's
yeah,
right.
This is what I heard though. He was verbally committed to SIU at one point,
Really?
and then switched. And he was a St. Louis guy, and switched and went to Missouri
I
State.
knew he was a St. Louis guy.
Yeah, I want to say like my freshman year or sophomore year, maybe Illinois State had like 7 or 8 pitchers drafted.
Yeah,
They
and
had,
one
like,
of them
their
was
entire
Dylan
three-man
Craig
rotation.
from Murfreesboro.
Sure.
Their entire.
Where's he at
rotation.
now? Is he back in the
He
area?
has-
does-
facility.
He has a facility over in Murfreesboro, I believe.
He's giving lessons and stuff then?
I don't. Yeah, I
Okay.
assume. Yeah.
You had some battles with.
Oh yeah, like from 3rd grade on.
I remember that name for a
all through
long
high
time, man. He was
school,
good at
I mean,
everything. Lefty, right?
Big lefty,
Yeah, yeah.
nasty pickoff move, through the ball
Mhm.
hard. I don't want to get too into that, but
I wish you would.
he
No, I'm just kidding.
honestly, he probably was like the one kid that I've like kind of feared growing up as a hitter. It was
Yeah.
like kind of like I remember having those like in 3rd,
He
4th,
listens,
5th grade,
so-
having those like, man, that's scary. Like
He
that's a
listens?
little hard, you know.
I hope he does. Hey, I get it. Trey, and then end up playing with this guy as he
Shout
got
out
older.
DC, I guess, if he's
Well,
listening.
I remember the first year I'm coaching Benton, 9U. We have our own little Benton travel team. I'm coaching it, and I can name all the guys that coach with me. And because I obviously saw that my son's class was going to be loaded with some guys. And because back then everybody's playing baseball. And I wish they'd all would have played through high school, but I get it. I mean, it worked out for Docker and guys. I hope to see him in the NBA one day. But I'll never forget the first time we saw Parker Poole. Justin Barrington's a friend of mine. Justin will have you on the show soon. And later in life, Trey played several years with the Bucks, and Poole is a teammate of his. The first time we see Parker Poole as a 9-year-old, I can show you Field 4 in Benton. You guys know where Field 4 is?
Yeah.
And there's Justin's assistant coach. Oh my gosh, Trey played with his kid too. Both boys pitched college baseball.
I'm trying to guess.
Help me out here. Engel. So Brian Engel's coaching with Justin, and Logan Engel's his son that graduated last year, and he's playing college right now. Anyways, and the first, I mean, how big is Parker Poole?
Pretty big.
Is he
About
your
6'3".
size? 6'3", 6'4", probably 220-ish.
Yeah.
He's in the 90s, right?
Stacked.
They say he's in the 90s at John
I
A.
would imagine,
That's
yeah. He was in the 90s.
I'll
last
never
winter,
forget
this
all of our
summer.
guys, all those good athletes at Benton your age, and Parker Poole on Field 4 from, what are you throwing, like 46 feet probably at that age?
Probably.
It was like, whoom, whoom. They were
Yeah,
like,
that's the same field I remember having nightmares from Dylan Craig. It was the same field, Field 4.
yes,
I think
Field
it
4.
was like 4th and 5th grade baseball. or
Yeah,
something.
scary.
It was like junior high, too young to make junior high. But
Yes.
Yeah. And then, I got to, full circle, got to battle with him through college, too, because he was at Illinois State.
Right.
That's awesome.
As was Logan Leverett from Harrisburg.
Harrisburg's had some dudes, man. I mean, that class with, Brian that runs Beal, and his Javi Beal and all those guys, they were really good, man. Are all those guys out of Boone and all those guys out of college now?
They were all my brother's age.
So those guys are how old now? In their mid-20s?
Because the older Crab brother was a really good pitcher. I think he pitched at Louisiana Tech.
Okay. That's John Crabb's kids, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And his youngest son's doing really well right now.
Yeah.
Harrisburg.
I think the older one helps coach too. Maybe I could be wrong on that.
And we get to face those guys.
Next,
They're
no,
15
not
and
next
1.
Saturday,
They're
Saturday
16 and
after.
1 now.
I will say something that I do appreciate from when Coach Blondie left through the last few years with Coach Head. I will say this. Benton has kept a very, very tough baseball schedule. And I respect that because it's never been watered down. I mean, it's still South 7. You're still Marion, Mount Vernon, help me out here, Centralia.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, you're still playing the dude. Like, Brett never wanted that changed.
pretty loaded.
It's loaded. I mean,
Yeah.
I saw the
We used
stretch.
to play. We used to play 5 games with no pitch counts.
Oh, I know.
It's different. Things have changed.
Tim
but
Leffler
yeah,
didn't believe in pitch counts with you, did he?
I don't.
I've heard stories.
When you play Harrisburg, they don't exist either.
170 through one time.
Coach Cooper said absolutely.
What was
by
the
way.
final number?
I
100.
thought it was 168.
How about you throw?
I think 100.
I want it set on here. You threw how many pitches in a game?
100. It was 160 something. No decision. No decision.
What age were you?
I was either. It might have been a junior. It was either junior or senior year.
168 pitches in a
I mean, in Coach Monty's defense, there was no way he was going to take.
They weren't
going to
take you out of the game.
But I mean, I obviously didn't throw very good. I obviously wasn't a very good pitcher if I threw 160 something pitches and didn't even get through 7. I probably walked 12, hit 4, and gave up 9 hits.
What was the score of that game?
I think we won like 9-8. Or
That's not the Scott
10-9.
Johnson Grand Slam game, is it?
No, that
When's the
was
Scott Johnson Grand Slam game? You remember
That game definitely was.
I'm just
my
pulling them out, guys. I'm
senior
just pulling them
year.
out tonight.
That was definitely my senior year. Oh, we had some battles with Harrisburg. Football, we had my senior year on senior night of football. They were on like the 3-yard line. The receiver caught the ball, flipped it to the ref. Ref didn't catch it. Clock ticked, clock ticked, and buzzer went off. And we won, I think, by 1 point, 27-26 or 24, something like that. Yeah, we've had some battles with Harrisburg though, for sure.
You never heard of the Russell Conwell infamous game against Harrisburg?
The what?
Whenever Riley Pettigo got hurt and I had to go in there and play 3 quarters.
God, love it, Russ.
That's my only famous moment in high school football.
You know what my famous moment in high school football was?
What?
Kept the stats for the Benton Evening News.
Heck yeah.
It's not even a thing anymore, is it?
No, it's not. I can show you where the building used to be, though. Spent a lot of time up there. Shout out to Di Winston.
Shout out Di Winston.
Di Winston was amazing. Di Winston, awesome sports editor for the Benton Evening News for a long time. Kids will never know that. Your generation didn't know it. They were on the end of it. That's all guys my age and his dad's age and my dad's age and older. That if your name got in the Benton Evening News, man, I don't know if JC had a paper growing up, but
Every town had a paper. I'm sure they did.
We had a paper guy. I think he helped with the Southern Illinois, but we called him Gumball.
okay.
And he owned the Tropical Snow uptown.
Can't beat the tropical snow.
I'll
Tiger's
never-
blood. I'm a Tiger's blood guy.
Absolutely.
I'll never forget. He told us one time if we won tomorrow's game, come up to the Tropical Snow, and he'd give us a discount. We go up there, and it's like 25 cents off.
What a deal.
I know.
What a deal.
But he's
thrifty.
he crosses the leg. And if you've seen him at a sporting event, like he goes around, you know the stance.
I like the
That's
stance.
Gumball. Yep. Bruce Martian is his name.
Bruce Martian.
Yeah.
Russ, I just got the text from Melissa. Thought you guys would be done in an hour and a half. It's 2.5 hours of day.
That's our 43 minutes we've been recording.
It's the longest show we've ever done.
Wow.
Longest show we've ever done.
It might be. I don't know.
It's okay.
Wayne, do you want to wrap it up?
Wrap it up, Russ.
Well, and I appreciate you guys coming on. Got some Benton baseball guys on here. We've had Marion. We've had Lane Crosland, Benton baseball. He talked good about you guys.
I don't know what you talk good. We talk about
We had West Frankfort. Can you believe that?
We've had West Frankfort on, people. Okay, and you're having a Pinckneyville kid on this show this week,
I know.
so people can get off my back.
We've had West Frankfort, Pinckneyville on the same week. Not same
Sorry,
week,
there's
but
something in my throat.
and then we had who else we have on? Cappies. We've had the Cappies. So we've had some good guys on.
We have who's our nominees? Is the player of the week stuff over?
Yeah, we'll talk about that whenever they get out of here.
Oh, and then leave. We have to do the outro when you guys are out there.
Some guy named Jalen Downey won, I think.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Jalen Downey's got connections to Benton, and we'll play them. Benton will play them, right?
Oh, you're going to have to watch out for
Do we
him.
play WSV?
Next Saturday.
He's going to draw a walk against you. If he doesn't, he's going to hit a home
Next
run.
Saturday.
He had how many
At
home runs?
Waltonville.
He hit 2 home runs this past week on technically 5 at-bats.
Wow.
And then the other at-bat, he was up to the plate 11 times.
He was up to the plate 11 times.
Yeah, and he had an 810 on-base percentage.
Wow. His grandpa, is John still an umpire? His grandpa, John Downey, was a
I
big
haven't
time.
seen him. Yeah, he umped almost
a lot of
all
your
of
games.
our home
Yeah,
games.
John
back
was
in
a
high
great
school.
umpire for a long, long, long time. John Downey, Bob Blondie, little tight guy.
Yeah, I don't know that he does it anymore.
I don't either, but John did a great job umpiring for a long time. Wrap it up, Russ.
Well, I appreciate you guys coming on. As you know, you guys got a long season ahead still. I mean, I know that you guys played 16 games, but it goes by quick. But you know, baseball is also, I'm sure it's a little bit grueling at times. You know, but appreciate you guys coming on.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
Thanks for having us.
Hey, Ranger baseball's back.
It's 8-8 right now, right?
Back. I'm just saying it. In my La Fiesta week shirt.
Lafayette is getting a bunch of clout today.
I know, they're not a sponsor.
Yeah,
Maybe we
seriously.
call Arturo and make something happen,
For
Arturo
real.
Hernandez.
I just make it a Benton show, and then he'll get on here. I tell you that.
Yeah.
Big sponsor to Benton Rangers Athletics.
Oh, they're all over Benton Athletics. They do a great job. Guys, I appreciate you guys coming on. It's been fun.
Thank you.
All right, thank you for watching today's show. As you know, it's a show, you know, and we wrapped it up.
Is it
And
the 20th?
it's number 20. It's the outro, remember, you know, because you said, you know, you can't stick around for the intro.
No, I'm not. Just the outro.
But I mean,
You won't see me on the intro and one of the interviews this week, folks.
yes, but you know,
We
we
got a lot of
wrapped,
stuff going on family-wise.
we wrapped up number 20,
It's awesome, man.
and we had T Left, you know, and we had Austin
McPheron.
different Austin from the one we know.
Not Austin Young, Dr. Young. We had Austin McPheron, former SIU Sleeky pitcher, current pitching coach at Benton High School. Had Tyler Leffler, former standout Benton Ranger baseball, football, and basketball player. And Bradley Brave, and draftee of the Pirates. And now the head baseball coach at Benton High School. And you had interviews with?
I have Brody Wilt. He's a big jumper over there at Pinckneyville. And we also had Christian Queen, who runs the 400 over there at Pinckneyville.
Love it. Here's the thing with the spring shows. We've got it. We covered baseball, last week softball. We've had track and field on now. Guys, we've expanded. Our horizons, we've expanded.
Yes. But I mean, it was a really fun show, but I mean, we got to talk about the guys that were on the Player of the Week watch
Let's hear
list.
Player of the Week watch list.
I don't know if I end up sending you the guys, but
You did?
guys and gals.
Guys and gals.
But we had 4 people up there. We had Elena Bryant of Marion. She had a stellar week. Batted 6 of 8, 2 home runs, 9 RBIs. Also chipped in 2 doubles.
Two doubles. Good.
Jalen Downey of Waltonville Cesar High School, who won it. He was our Ballin4God Player of the Week for this week. Jalen
Wow.
Downey batted 5 of 6, 2 home runs, 7 RBIs with an 810 on base percentage.
Holy Moses. Benton Rangers are going to see them in a week.
I'm going to see Jalen Downey. They're going to see that dude right there.
Wow. Power. How many home runs?
2 home runs on the
What
week.
kind of bats you got in that picture? See that over here? Louisville Slugger.
Louisville Slugger.
Like it. He's a slugger.
We
He's a
also
slugger.
we had Joe Youngblood, senior of Heron.
How fast is he?
A lot faster than I am. I'll tell you
faster
that.
than me. Probably as fast as those bison out there.
He won He won 3 different first place events.
Wow.
100 meter, 200 meter, and the 4x1.
Holy Moses.
He ran 11.35 in the 100 meter. I'd probably run about 22.5.
I don't think I could do that in a car.
And Kansas Craig, senior of AJ, you know, she's been on the scene for a while.
Yes,
we had
she
to,
has.
we had to get her on there. She batted 8 of 12, had 3 home runs, 6
Wow.
RBIs, 2 doubles, hit her 50th career,
50th home run.
and she had a 733 on base.
Whew! We had some big time nominees this week. Russ, what's the vote breakdown? Do you know like how it kind of went, or do you guess or make it up? Can you just make it up? Nobody knows your stats.
Jalen Downey had 37% of the votes of 100.
So it was tight.
Yeah. And Joe Youngblood had 33%, Craig had 18%, and Elena Bryant had 12% of the votes.
That's good. There's a lot of votes. You don't have to get in all that stuff. Thousands and thousands and thousands and millions and millions.
A lot
and
more,
trillions.
there was more people than there are in Benton, I'll tell you that much.
Yeah, I love it, man. So good, awesome, close, tight race each week, and we'll try to get Jalen on. Who won? Ryland Palmer won the week before, right?
Yep.
We will have the new shirts will be done tomorrow. Our new Player of the Week shirts. They look different now. Our new Player of the Week shirts.
Did you say they got blue tint to them?
They got a blue. It's for you. because I know you love your blue and white. Got blue shirts coming out. They're going to look good, man. And
We're going to see Jalen Downey and Rylan Palmer. They're going to be repping those Player of the Week shirts.
Yeah, maybe we'll get them on next week.
I'm just excited for Downey. I mean, because I know Downey. I mean,
So you know him personally?
yeah, me and Downey are friends.
Okay, I did not know that. That's awesome.
So I'm
you
happy.
rigged the vote?
I rigged it a little bit.
That's good, Russ. Russ, it's your show, man.
No, but
I'm kidding. He's kidding. I'm kidding.
I let it go, and I was happy that he won.
That's cool, man.
Play video
I didn't know
games
he
with
did.
him.
That's awesome.
I talk to him a lot. We hang out a lot. You know, he's cousins with Jonah Ruffino.
Okay.
So I know
Best friends.
I know him real well.
Good for him. Good family. He's got Benton ties.
He does have Benton ties.
I like that. I like that. You know me. I like that.
It's like family ties, but it's Benton ties.
It is. Family ties. Moving on. Russ, what's next?
Well, I already covered the verse of the week
We already
earlier.
did verse of the week, so are we done? This is it?
Well, we got to talk about what's happening next week, and also
Oh, my bad. I don't know, bro. I didn't know. What's next week?
Luke Cooper told me absolutely about getting on, and if you don't know, Mr. Luke Cooper,
Breaking news.
25 years old. He signed a contract.
Signed and sealed and delivered.
He's the new head basketball coach of the Mount Vernon Rams. Whenever we filmed last week's episode,
We knew, but you didn't want to say it yet.
we didn't know officially until after the show was filmed. But now we know Luke Cooper is the new head boys basketball coach for the Mount Vernon Rams. His
This is alma mater.
his wife Hannah Cooper, I believe that she also got a job, maybe volleyball coach or something.
Okay. Coopers.
So I mean, his wife is up there now.
Hanging with Mr. Cooper. Great show.
Yeah, and so Coach Cooper will probably be on the show next week. I might
Sounds
talk
good.
to him. I'm gonna try to see if his uncle wants to come on.
He just got a job too, right?
His uncle just got a job over across the
Rob
river.
Flanagan just got hired. Yeah.
Vincent's Lincoln.
Wow. A lot of stuff going on.
Yeah, and
I like all the rumors we've been hearing about kids going to different schools.
And
Can't
there's-
wait to see what that put all that goes down.
and then there's some rumors
a lot of
under
rumors.
under the table that we might be breaking here soon.
I got a buddy of mine that's at a school that's been talked about a lot. Tim Stewart, good buddy of mine, athletic director at St. Mary's. Tim Stewart, a 1996 graduate of Benton High School, athletic director at St. Mary's in Kentucky. Tim, we won't put you on the spot, but you're the athletic director there.
Can you name the mascot of St. Mary's?
No clue.
Vikings.
Ooh, the Vikings. Didn't they play in the Return Classic
They
this
did
year?
play in the Return Classic.
Yeah.
They beat El Dorado. They return a lot of guys from last year, and then they might be returning some more guys.
Sounds like they might have some new players.
Yeah, so we'll be breaking that here soon.
We will. I said I wouldn't break anything tonight until it comes
I
out.
talked to a couple of the guys, and it's official. But
Is it official?
It's
Okay.
official, but they are.
We're going to let them come on and say it?
Yeah, I actually talked to them, and they would be happy to come on.
That's cool.
Well, I'm not saying who it is yet, but
No, I'm not saying who it is yet.
we're waiting on them to get approved by the
That's-
KHSAA.
Okay, fair enough.
And and it's legit. They just haven't fully announced it.
Yeah, I'm going to sneeze. It's the first time I've sneezed on 20 shows.
Yeah, I mean,
A lot of stuff going on.
yeah, and there's some other rumors, but we'll wait.
I'm excited about I like the spring show.
I do too.
That's fun, man.
It's different.
It is different.
It's a little bit more laid back,
Yep.
because we don't have to worry about going to a basketball game tomorrow or anything.
Oh,
You got a baseball game,
I
but,
do have a baseball
but
game
it's still
tomorrow.
different though,
I know.
But I'm excited. So
I just get happy when the weather gets better. That's my personality.
as long as the allergies doesn't kick my butt.
Well, I just sneezed 6 times. At least we got the stink bug out of here.
The stink bug is out of here, but
Where'd it go?
I don't. It just disappeared.
I was worried halfway through the show.
It just kept going around in circles.
I was nervous, man.
It kept coming. We had to leave the room.
Russ, I was nervous.
And then Tyler and all them, they were still stuck over there.
I feel like I want to sneeze again. You better wrap it up. I want
Well,
to sneeze again.
we appreciate you guys for watching us. This is our third spring fling show, and we'll be back here next week as
We're going to
as
have a bunch of guests.
we're gonna have like 1,500 guests, I think.
Are we really?
15.
You know how happy that'd make me. I'm such a little kid. That would make me so happy.
Yeah, and I might be able to do it. I might be able to.
I love it.
They could park
Dr.
out.
Young's over there.
He's ready to get going too.
He's tired.
Well, we'll see you guys next week
See you guys.
with Coach Coop.
Thanks for watching.